That was a young fella by the name of Elvis Presley. I've got a feeling we're going to be seeing a little more of that guy. You're listening to Russell Brand on Six Music. I'm here with Matt Morgan. He's in charge of the switchers. You right, Matt?
Yes.
Before the show began...
You always ask me that. And it's just,
well, why wouldn't I ask if you're all right?
You know I'm all right, because you've been with me for the last hour.
Well, I know you're not all right, because I've been with you last hour. Curmudgeon-y, glum little character telling me your PCAR-esque stories of the night's events. Oh, then someone nearly bit someone's thumb. Then I done some Tai Chi. But you'll have to wait for Matt's cultural review before you hear all that rubbish. That's coming up later in the show, along with what I can only describe as a whole host of other stuff. We're going to be answering questions, right? People have sent some questions to us, Matt. Some of them
the first question is, what is the theme this week?
Interesting. We are sort of being a bit post-structuralist today. We're going to do an anti-theme show. So you can send us any questions or any statements you like. That's interesting, that, though, because if someone comes up to you and goes, tell me something, you wouldn't know. But if they goes, tell me your favourite type of chocolate, or tell me something you like about undergrowth, then you know,
I think if someone came up to you and said, tell me something, because you're constantly just ready to tell everyone, everything, you just...
Right, okay, I used to be on drugs, then things went really, really bad for me, and I had a horrible time.
I've got a dreadlock round the back, look at my haircut.
Do you want to feel my new dreadlock?
You still got that dreadlock?
I've got 4 dreadlocks now, 3 or 4 now. Well, I don't know, they're gathering.
You can't unpick them, they have to be cut out.
I like them, they don't have to be cut out, I could just leave them there. I'm thinking of starting to put other things in my hair, if you must know. Not a mouse or nothing.
Like Keith Richards tying a little shell in your hair.
He calls him his briskets or some weird little...
He does not.
He's got some weird word for him, honestly.
How do you know that?
Because someone told me, a bloke said, alright? And if we're going to start doubting the word of some bloke, we might as well take the holy Bible, tear it to shreds, and defecate on those shreds.
Don't say that.
I'm saying we might as well, in a hypothetical situation. There's no real situation in which we'd do that, certainly not on a Sunday. Trevor Lock's not here for legal reasons. He denies all allegations, etc., etc. If it does go to court, he will be pleading not guilty, not to sound blasé about that matter. So, what have we got? We'll be doing Trevor's Sonic Enigma without Trevor, which, if anything, is a massive advantage, because we've got quite good at doing them live, haven't we, Matt?
We're brilliant at it, aren't we?
We've really mastered those.
Little voices.
We bumped into... when we went down, right on our way in, we have a little routine where we go into a little coffee shop and get a coffee, and I go, I'm a bit worried because we were talking about there's a lot of people coming down to the show today, and I think Matt might have used the word twits. Matt might have used the word twits, and then the competition winners.
That's out of order, because you said the word twerps. You went, there's a load of twerps coming down.
I use the word twerps affectionately. I could call... think of the things I call you and Trevor and people I actually love, right? But the competition winners were in the coffee shops. I think they may have been... Where are they, is what I'm saying. Do you think they heard you saying the word twits? And
when
now
you said twerps...
saying that coffee shop?
No, because they were happy. They didn't
Stop munching fruit, mate.
Now you know how I feel.
I don't know how you feel. To do that,
You're always eating
have to
fruit.
Spend my whole life interfering with myself in a shed, and then just shuffle onto a radio show, stinking of booze. So, you know that mystery train?
Do I smell of booze?
No. You know that mystery train that we just listened to? There's one time where I was singing that, right? Like, I was out with this bloke, he had a guitar, and he goes, let's sing some songs. And he goes, what do you want to sing? And I goes, let's do some Elvis. And he goes, what one? I goes, I don't know, Mystery Train. And he immediately was able to play it. And I came in much too aggressively with the lyrical vocals of that song. And it was
How
really
can you
awkward.
do that?
Also, like, he was...
Train!
He was throwing around and like, train! That was really horrible. And he sort of stopped when you'd done that too aggressively. And the two of us just had to live through that hellish
You
little
once
vocal.
told me you went to an audition where you had to sing, Now You Want to See Me Dance? What was that? Do You Love Me?
Oh, God, that was awful.
Why did you do that?
Because I went to... When I was 16, I went to a stage school. After I'd left normal school, I went to a stage school.
Not at AA now. It sounds like you're owning up.
I'm very sorry.
When I was 16, I went to a stage school.
A lot of really bad things. I wore a leotard, and I'm ashamed to say there was a bit. Like, it was really awful, because I'm rubbish at dancing. And there's this bit, like, we had to do... Like, we're doing this class where it's all sort of based around sort of singing and dancing. And you know that song, Do You Love Me Now That I Can
Watch
Dance?
Me Now.
Yeah, right. It begins, we had to act it, right? And I had to act it, right? You broke my heart because I couldn't dance. You didn't even want me around. Now I'm back to let you know I can really shake them down. Now, that song only works if the next thing that happens is someone dancing really well. If the next thing that happens is the person that says something, I'm back to let you know I can really shake them down. And then you have to watch some jerk twitching about arrhythmically, spluttering and stuttering, tripping over his feet. That is...
So hang on. I thought this was an audition, but it was just a class, was it?
It was like, no, this was...
You auditioned for a boy band once.
Oh, all right. That was ages ago. Remember, I did audition for a boy band.
All these things are coming out now, just remembering them all.
Coming out. You're exposing me. That's what's happening. I'm like the dearest friend trying to destroy my career live on radio. Why would a person do a thing like that?
I'd love to see the tape of these auditions.
Well, that boy band one, that was pretty bad, actually. Like, what happened was, I can't remember what the boy band was. They goes, you can either sing Robbie Williams' Angels. It was around that time, so God, I must have been...
Hang on, that's not that long ago.
Listen, it is. I was 20, I think, so it's a decade ago. Honestly. Right, I think I was... anyway, well, it's about the time of Angels. I go to... Angels was probably a Nit Parade at the time, alright? You can either do Angels or you can do that George Michael one. You gotta have faith, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I go, I'm not doing Angels, because at that time I thought, I don't want to do Angels, because he's a current pop star.
One's very hard to sing and one's easy to sing.
I know, that's why I look such an idiot, right? And I chose Faith, and they go, there's a panel of judges, it's like Pop Idol, but of course, no one's recording it, well, one person's recording it. I remember, I was only 20, I didn't know what I was doing. And I was on drugs. Have I ever mentioned that?
That
I
old
used to have a drug problem, so... in a way, can't really do me for it.
You can't say, I took some drugs and then I went to a boy band audition.
I did some pretty crazy things on those drugs. I used to audition for boy bands.
Sometimes 4 times a week.
I drop a load of pills, chase the dragon, then I go and audition for Westlife.
I ended up stealing money from my mum's handbag just to support my habit of boy band auditions.
I'm pretty ashamed. One time, I took my daughter's allowance and I squandered it all on hair gel for my boy band auditions. But I turned up, there's a panel of people. I turned up and go, oh, which one are you going to do, they say. And I was all nervous.
What's the first thing you say? You walk in and go, hello, I'm Russell.
I go, hello. No, they know because I've got a list of paper. Hello, Russell. How are you? All right. What are you going to do for us? Yeah, what I'm going to do is completely redefine the term bad audition right live before your very eyes. And I've been in the toilet drinking to cope with my nerves, so I'm probably all red and blustery and a little bit all plump and rubbish, all crooked and odd. And
you drink from toilets when you're nervous, do you?
Yeah, like a cat. Sort of crane down into there, lap away it. Do try and avoid the Glade hanging thing. Other toilet fresheners are available. Right, so like...
Tastes so bitter.
Oh, they are bitter, you bitter, spiteful little freshener. You won't be happy till all of the pool smells of lemon, will you? And so then I'd do that. Go, alright, what are you going to do for us? I have to say, in all seriousness, I'm going to be doing Faith by George Michaels.
What, so they give you 2 choices, and then they go, what will you be doing for us today?
Yeah, so to create the illusion of consent and free will. I don't know why they're involved in a Noam Chomsky-style brain experiment. So, they go, I'll be doing Faith by George Michael, and go, off you go, then. They play a backing track, and I decided that I'll be less self-conscious if I sort of held a water bottle, pretended it was my microphone.
What an idiot.
What an idiot. So I'm stood there with the water bottle.
Did you have a lid on it?
Yeah.
Just dribbling all over you.
Yeah, it was all splashing up my top. Occasionally I'll do a panpipe style bit where I blow across it. Gotta have faith. Yeah, you've gotta have faith. Really terribly embarrassing.
So is there a backing track?
Yeah, there's a backing track. And obviously they want people sort of like people that are good at being in a boy band. They're all well confident, aren't they? And
You're too tall for a boy band. You would look like some great big freak in a load of dwarves.
Gooning around. Some great big lump of lank, spindly elbow.
Unless you were the middle one. But you're too tall for that. Normally they're sort of...
I don't got the right kind of energy to be in a boy band. I'm too sort of odd.
I don't got the right kind of energy.
I don't got the right kind of energy.
No, do you?
I don't got it. Hey, boys. Right, so anyway, I think in that boy band, I can't remember which one they were, but I think they were one 5 or something.
Blue, I reckon.
It's longer ago than that.
Imagine you and what's his name?
Abs, Doc, Sneezy, Stinkpot. And
what's his name? The bloke who you look up to.
What guy that I look
Shagger
up to?
of the Year type bloke. What's
I don't look up to them types of people.
Lee Ryan.
They're quite nice lads, actually.
They were, yeah.
They're Cockney geezers. They were a bunch of proper fellas. So, okay, so we've got Noel's back. now, we can ring him up. I was just trying to stifle what Burp uttered into an old lady.
We can ring.
We can ring now.
Oh, it's no good.
So we ring him up. We'll try and see if we can ring some other people up. Why don't you lot ring us up? Send us things, please. Send us questions, inquiries, things you might be feeling inside.
We've got a big load of questions there from
really
the website.
Some of them are quite profound and existential, as a matter of fact. We'll go through, maybe we'll have a look at some of the papers that I'm in or something, go through that, try and distance myself from stuff that I'm responsible for.
Henry the Hoover's made quite an impact this week, hasn't he?
One thing I'm really glad about last week's show, Matt, is that we went on and on about me as an adolescent having it all with an Hoover. Because now, my mum's been able to read about it at considerable length, and we've enabled the Sun newspaper to do a story headlined, Russell Brand comes clean. With a picture of me and Henry the Hoover. And then in photographs of lists of my reported and purported conquests is now included Henry the Hoover.
That'll never go away.
Do you think it'll never go if we
Yeah, in years' time they'll go, oh yeah. And then there'll be a
14,
list.
isn't that mad? Imagine being judged now for things you've done when you're 14. That's happening to me. I shouldn't bring it up, should I?
Well, no,
think about the things
honest.
you've done when you was 14.
Didn't do anything.
Horrible little
I painted
boy.
little figures.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, you little boffin, you little square. Oh, this one's a dwarf, this one's an orc, who's tougher? It's all on the throw of a dice.
I don't think the papers are going to pick up on that.
I think they will, when they find
I don't know,
out.
I've been called a sidekick as well.
Yeah, you're a sidekick.
That's
What
rubbish.
is a literal sidekick? Is that the thing that makes a motorbike you can leave it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? What is a sidekick literally?
It's probably always just existed in theatrical terms.
If it's, yeah, if it's
Probably isn't a
sidekick.
part of a motorbike or anything.
It might be a part of a motorbike. I think we should really try and find out the etymology of that word, and we can
That'd be
discuss
fun.
it. Wouldn't it be rather laugh? So, okay, what we're going to listen to now, Matt.
Holloway's.
Oh, I like them Holloway's. Now, hold on. Right, so let's just set up what we're going to do on the show.
You've done this about 9 times.
You're
Not an old lady.
Oh, now, did you have tea or coffee?
You left the gas on. I've left the gas on. Oh, Christ. I'm worried about where the competition winners are. You drove them away, you rude...
You
the
said
people that listen to
right,
this show are the people that build it, Matthew. Without them, we have nothing. You should remember that instead of calling them twits. Come in, let's listen to the Holloway, shall we?
Don't call them twerps again.
Don't you?
When they get here.
I'm going to be nice to them. There were them there Holloways. I like them Holloways.
That's quite good, that song, isn't it?
Good, uplifting. I river danced to it.
I know.
Did it make you think of me in a boy band audition?
It did, actually, but you look like sort of big mad rabbit doing it.
Yeah, well, thanks for destroying me. Here, this is a question from Ralph Nigam. Ralph Nigam, he's a man that we want to touch. Yeah. Your question. If your careers were to end tomorrow, there's a very real possibility that they will, how would you like to go? In a blaze of glory, or just simpering off, never to be heard of again? Blaze of glory, obviously. Because simpering off, imagine Matt simpering.
Well, it wouldn't be very far for me to go, would it, really?
What?
From sidekick to simperer.
Yeah, there's a kind of resonance about it. It could easily occur. Would you be able to handle obscurity?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I handled loads of obscurity for 3
Be nice
solid decades.
for you, wouldn't it? You, Henry, there on an island.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. I don't think I would like to be obscure.
Really?
Like, no, because you remember I live really through the approval of others, and if that were to be denied me, I think I might capsize emotionally, Matt. I think I might struggle to live. So, yeah, blaze of glories, but not an actual glory. Like they tried to overthrow the government. They're now in prison, rather than some horrible, ghastly scandal.
Yeah.
Good if it was like
But after Henry, seriously though, after Henry, where can you go? No one's going to go. If you're admitting things like that, they're never going to get.
What the earth could people dig up? I'm not that. That's the thing. Is like I think if, like me, you're the worst things you've ever done, you've admitted to. What can people do?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they can lie, as we know. But
yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's true. Matthew, what them bad things you've done that you're embarrassed of?
don't go on about it.
What?
I was
yeah,
asking
that's
the question.
it, when you had it off with that rubber sex thing the other week, a rubber sex
I'm not
aid
embarrassed about that. You asked me to
designed
do
for a
it. I
gentleman.
did it as an experiment.
I did it an experiment.
You claw back. The papers don't care what I've done, mate.
Yeah, well, they ought to. Perhaps they'd show a bit more interest if they could see it at your twilight bedsit window, see you squatting and grunting over a mechanised
I like the way you
vagina.
use the word bedsit. I'm Leonard Rossiter.
Oh, Miss Jones.
That's how I think of you.
So I'd like to. I wouldn't mind obscurity. I don't care.
Don't care
I'll
about
just
it,
write
do
a
you?
book.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be about. Your review of sex parts, most likely. Dixie P. Alan from Liverpool. What is the most embarrassing item of clothing you've ever worn or been made to wear by your parent? Actually, all these things could be themes. Well, so all these things could be themes, actually. Like this particularly. What is the most embarrassing item of clothing you've ever worn? Asked
know
Alan
that.
from Liverpool. Or been made to wear by your parents. When I was 9, my dad bought me a pair of Adidas trainers, but they were for girls. They were burgundy with silver stripes, but as they were a present off my nan, I had to wear them. Oh, you poor man, that's
went through
unfair.
things like that.
I never quite got over that and will forever hate the colour burgundy. So now for him, burgundy represents the feeling
Shame.
of childhood shame, yeah. Poor Alan.
Do you know what happened to me?
What?
Well, you won't, but I'll tell you.
Tell me. For
I was in
God's sake, stop
hospital.
using all these really clunky theatrical devices to communicate.
Guess what?
Would you like me to tell you a story, sir? By Jove, I will. But be prepared, because this will turn your blood to stone.
When I had to go to hospital because I had a concussion, I fell out of bed when I was a kid.
Yes.
And then I was over it.
Yeah. Look at you trying to make that sound like you took part in the Vietnam War. You only tumbled out of bunk bed.
It's quite bad, actually.
Probably
I lost
because
my
you're interfering
memory.
with yourself.
I was too young for that. I was 7.
Really?
Yeah, but anyway, I was in hospital overnight, and then my parents came and got me. I was in my pyjamas because it happened at night, obviously, and they brought me clothes. This is horrible. If you're ever in hospital and someone has to bring
Bring
you
you some
clothes,
clothes.
even when you're a kid, they brought clothes I'd never seen. They'd never seen me wearing these sort of rubber shoes. I don't know where they came from.
What unfamiliar clothes?
Yeah, like I think it was shell suit trousers. These weird rubber shoes. I had no socks. Jacket. I don't know if it was my sister's or something. I know, it's like moulded shoe. Like, I don't know what
like
they were.
jelly shoes?
Yeah, like jelly shoes.
Poor boys.
Oh, it was awful. And
When
I
you
had
was in
to-
hospital, you were all concussed. You couldn't remember your life anyway. You thought perhaps I'm a right little dipstick who wears rubber shoes.
Maybe that's what happened.
Perhaps your whole identity up until now, Matthew, has been an accident. Perhaps you're actually meant to be quite a nice person.
Don't be so horrible. You're
I
still
love you
wearing a
jerk.
Tom Jones t-shirt, aren't you?
I'm wearing my Dharma Jones t-shirt, right?
How many-
What about me, then? If you're trying to
Oh,
elicit
sorry.
sympathy...
We've not talked about you for a bit.
I believe there was a minute there, Matthew, where we were talking about something else. Now, what I tried to
Can I just
do
wrap that
was
up by saying-
pretend that you were talking about me, but with a different name, and that made it bearable.
If you were in hospital, right,
Yeah.
and someone said, "Oh, he needs some clothes," going, "I'd know what to bring."
What would you bring? Come on.
Stupid little skinny jeans. That would be my first thing.
Get them.
Then a Tom Jones t-shirt and about 9 belts and affectations.
A walking stick, a pipe, a monocle.
I'd go, "Oh, Russell's in hospital. I've got to take him some clothes. He'll need his leather gauntlets."
Don't make him come out of that coma and find he ain't got his gauntlets. He'll subside straight back into the bloody...
Nurse, I need to give him his necklaces. Here they are. They're in a suitcase.
I got him off Mr. T. I'll tell you what, right, if you was in hospital and had to bring your stuff, I'd just bring you some porno mags, a mechanised...
We're talking about
rubber
clothes, you
love-eight.
idiot.
I'd say he won't need clothes. He'll be, if you gave him trousers, he'd just be pulling them down to his knees with a second to have it off with a robot.
Well, if you were in hospital, I reckon it would be from injuries from a Hoover. You wouldn't even be able to get your skinny jeans on because you'd still be attached. You'd have to be wheeled home on a trolley.
I'd just wheel myself home on Henry. I'd just get on his back and scoot off down the road on him. Whee! Come on, Henry! I've always, do you remember when someone's a bit lazy in bed and think, oh, I wish I had a network of pipes attached to my dinkle so all my wee could go directly into that? Don't you?
Yeah, I also
Everyone thinks that.
What are you talking
Everyone
about?
on Earth thinks, oh, I wish I didn't have to get up. I wish I had a network of pipes attached to my dinkle that ran straight down a lavvy. Then I
Why
wouldn't
not
have to
just a
bother getting
bucket
up.
that you could just...
Well, because I made a very primitive version of this eventually. I thought about it so often, I thought I may as well manufacture this. But I was just thinking, if you were going out, if Henry was a life partner as opposed to a casual fling, a silly
Are you getting
teenage
serious
mistake,
about him now then?
I feel quite serious, yeah. Because you could leave him next to you in the night, and then if you did want to wee, just let Henry take
You might
care of
electrocute
it.
yourself.
I don't know. Yeah, there would be
Do
risk.
you have to
Hold
turn
on.
it on? You have to get out of bed,
Of course you
turn
do.
it
You
on.
have to turn him on. You can't just get on. You can't just expect him to be a receiver. You go, come on, Henry. Look at them
God.
big eyes. Hold on, because I
He'd never sleep. He'd just sit because his eyes are always open. You'd wake
Yeah.
up in the night and he'd just be grinning at you.
Henry, rest, man, for pity's sakes. What's wrong with you? Poor little fella. I've not even thought of how he would talk yet. Poor Henry the Hoover.
Oh.
Like that high pitch.
Yeah.
What if he had a little bit more authority, Matthew?
I think he'd have a moustache if that was... His nose is the pipe, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you shouldn't really be doing that. If you think of doing what I've done into a human equivalent, everyone would have to go to a hospice.
Daniela Westbrook.
Now, that's a horrible thing to say. She's a nice person, probably. Now, right, so yeah, embarrassing item of clothing thing, right?
yeah.
Burgundy with silver stripes that the poor Alan from Liverpool had to tolerate. And this is something I like to use to extol the poverty of my childhood. Once I lost my trainers and my mum made me go to school wearing
You've heard
her
this,
trainers.
yep.
Yeah, I've
ones.
heard this, yeah. They were much too big and they were pink trainers and I think they were Gola or something like that and they were like little long pink canoes. And I had to go to school wearing them and I tried to own it comedically by saying they're called Pinky and Perky, but there was no way
Yeah.
that I could comedically...
That's not that embarrassing.
It
It's
is embarrassing.
to a
Mum
kid.
going to school in your mum's shoes is
Yeah.
embarrassing and they're pink.
What about when you had to wear your school
And
shoes
you're
at
already
the
rubbish at
weekend?
football.
Did you ever have that?
Of course you have to wear your school shoes at weekends.
Oh,
if there's
it's
a
awful.
funeral, an aunt
No,
or something.
Like with non-school uniform.
You
having
wear your
to wear
school shoes. You wear your school shoes at weekend, Matthew.
I know.
You do though. Now, hold on. I've still not finished harping on about whatever that was. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have had to go. Anyway, my point is, I shouldn't have had to have gone to school that day.
Who
is
are
what I'm
you,
saying.
Trevor?
Poor old Trevor Lucky. So that was
So hang on.
embarrassing.
So
That was clothing,
what about
that's it.
now though? Seeing as your wardrobe is, I reckon in 2 years you'll look back and go, oh god.
No, actually, I've
Oh,
won
God.
an award. I've won an award for what I look like. So if you don't like it, mate,
Well, they'll
there's
look
something
back as
wrong
well
with
and
you.
go, oh,
what were we
God.
thinking giving
Oh,
out that
God.
award? Because
Yeah.
I won GQ Most Stylish Man Award a year.
Yeah.
So what I wear is stylish, right? If I come here tomorrow wearing that
Tomorrow.
tomorrow
That really
wearing
annoys
like a
me.
Tarzan outfit, then you'd have to go. You look ever so stylish, Russell.
That's
And I'd
not
go,
how
"Yeah,
it works. You haven't
Yes,
been given the key to style.
I am the essence now of style. What I wear is quintessentially stylish, and you just have to learn to accept that, Matthew. Now, what's the other thing? Oh yeah, then I wore after that, right, where I got a bit older. Me and my mum went to Petticoat Lane to get me some trainers, and I saw these Michael Jackson LA Gears. Other trainers are available, other pop stars are available, right? And they were like these LA Gears, they were black and had all silver studs all over them. I think they were for girls. And they had
and you wanted them.
I got them, mate. I got them Michael Jackson trainers and I wore them. And like, I turned up my mate's house. He goes, "What are you doing wearing them?" I go, "I think they're nice." I think I've seen an episode of Doogie Howser. He was a child doctor where Doogie was dressed
Oh,
entirely
you were
in
aware
black.
that mics are on.
Mike's on! So
This
anyway.
is just ramblings of a madman.
I bought some trainers. I think I'd seen Doogie Howser. I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but
I believe it were Doogie Howser-shaped snacks. Now, they were carved in spud. Doogie Howser. All right, let's uplift the energy a little bit. So, yeah, all right. So those were some of the most embarrassing items of clothing we've ever worn. Thank you for that inquiry, Alan from Liverpool. Yeah, radio, everything's a bit heightened, but it is Sunday morning, so we're still quite cool. Later on the show, Noel Gallagher's coming up. Matt will be doing a cultural review, which will bore you to your very
Why are you
core.
shouting and pointing?
Because I'm being uplifting, because things did get a bit lethargic. Imagine someone never listened to the show before.
I know.
They turned in then, they would think they were listening to the ramblings of two mental patients, and they wouldn't be that far from the truth, as both of us have at different times been committed. Now, let's re-listen to a record!
Yes,
What
let's listen
one?
to the Black Keys, their new single.
You like the Black Keys, didn't you,
Yeah,
Matt?
a lot.
But it's just a couple
Actually,
of
they're
them,
playing soon in Kentish Town. I think.
Oh, they're playing in Kentish Town in London!
That's
all
what-
right.
You'll probably go along, won't you?
I might go along, might try and come mates with them. Alright, Black Keys, alright. Borrow's 50p, borrow's
Well, when you were
50p.
mates with Wolf Mother.
I liked Wolf Mother. They're nice lads. They've gone back to Australia. I miss them guys.
I thought they were derivative.
No, well, everything is derivative, really. You know, we wouldn't have guitars if people hadn't invented the bassoon. Now, come on! Let's listen to the Black Keys, you bloody loon. Hello there! We're going to have a bit of the old newsy poos coming right up. That's Black Keys, your touch. Good, wasn't it?
It's very good.
Really enjoyed it. So Adam, our producer's turned up now in a frantic panic. You've got to go to the news now. You've got to go to the news now. Says the man who rolls into work at 7:30. Oh, you've got to go to the news now. You've got to do your job when your job begins. Then perhaps the news would start on time. So, Matthew, don't at any point during this news press pinch my skin. Not
no.
even in the music
It was a
news
terrible
bit.
accident last week.
It was a terrible, terrible accident. And do you know who I blame for it? Trevor Lucky.
Oh, God.
Let's have some news. Clash City Rockers. Who will that be by? Oh, it's them there, the Clash. You're right, Matt.
Yes?
Why? News was good, wasn't it? What are you eating?
Like one of those bars.
Oh, one of them bars. Those bars I can't eat wheat because I can't cope with the modern
Why are you
world.
giving me that goat voice, Steve?
Because that's how you carry on. You are very
The news.
weak-willed.
Did you say the news was good?
I thought it was good news. I like the bits I like. It goes,
Tony Blair.
I like Tony Blair bit was well funny when he goes, I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to be taken in that direction. I'm not going to. Why won't he say something nice?
We
about
voted
Gordon
him
Brown?
in, apparently.
I didn't vote for him. I've never voted for anything.
No, I mean, but the
vote.
people voted him in. He should just tell people when he's
Get
going.
on with your job, mate.
He goes-
Let's get politicised, Matt. Now, why won't he name Gordon Brown as his successor? They're meant to be mates. Things went all wrong. They had that famous meeting in, I think, some restaurant in Islington where they agreed that he would be his natural successor. Now Tony Blair's clinging to power. What's going on, Matt? With the political system, we've got to get to the bottom of this.
He's an egotist, isn't he?
He is an egotist. Also, though, politics is meaning the charade, isn't it? It's just a facade. It don't matter who you vote for, it's all just rubbish. It's all just conditioning. Why don't we just go down to Parliament after the show and kick a great big hole in it, hold a whoopsie in our hand, but the whoopsie's wearing a waistcoat and it's got little sequins for eyes. We go, this is what we think of your system, mate. Cop that. Right? And then
People
just
do
go
do
home
that,
again.
and it's quite sad.
People do that.
Yeah.
But they do not put poos in waistcoats and give them sequins for eyes. I've invented that.
No, but they do similarly.
Well, anyway, that political
Pointless
system ain't
things.
working, and it's clear that man is acting acting on personal and emotional stimuli as opposed to what's politically beneficial for our once proud nation.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
it?
Gordon Brown only wants to be Prime Minister.
Yeah, they're all
for-
just a bunch of idiots, aren't they? All of them. I don't care about none of them. I think the only way to become Prime Minister is say, right, they get a lolly, right, with funny foot lollipop, stick it up their bums, and whoever milks it quickest takes out the remaining the lolly stick, holds it under their, clamps it under their nose and lip, top lip like a moustache, and goes, I'm going to be Prime Minister because you might as well just use that as a method to select a leader.
Yeah.
At least then you'd know you had a person with a nice warm bumhole.
How old
Interest-
are you?
I am 30 years now on this planet of ours, and also like that bit where it goes, there's a in the news where it goes, environmentalists have seized control of a taxi. That's only going to affect one person. That's not a very effective
Well, it depends,
process.
actually. They might drive it into something.
Oh, good point. But that's not very environmentally friendly. They should crash it into like an oil tanker or something, then, you know, the whole protest industry would capsize. I'd like to send actual love to Bella and her sister listening to our show. Bella and her sister, we send you proper actual love. I'd like to send love to Laura in Dagenham. How do we get involved with the radio show? Just turn up here. We're in Gildea Street, Western House. Just turn up and go, can we come in, please?
We'll get shot one of these days.
Of course we will. Everyone's got to get shot eventually, Matt. Stop being such a coward. You've got to learn to take a bullet, young man. Stop making such a scene about everything. Right. Here, this is from Sam Lowe. Remember we were talking earlier about most embarrassing things we had to wear, Matt, and you harped on and on about that time in hospital. The most embarrassing costume I've ever had to wear was a pink Star Wars pilot costume. It was supposed to be orange, but we dyed it wrong, so I had to walk around all day wearing a pink one. I'd be out, because they're pretty looking forward to that day of wearing that pilot costume, and then it came out pink.
Actually, I just
Sorry about
remembered.
that, Sam.
I was entered into a fancy dress competition as Arthur Dent from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right?
Well, it's just
Such a s-
pyjamas!
pyjamas, a dressing gown, a little thing that said "Don't panic" on, right? Because I think my dad must have wanted me to dress up as him, and I spent that whole day at a fete. People going, "Who are you?" And me going, "Arthur Dent from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy." And people going,
You didn't even know what you were saying.
"I didn't know what I was saying. They didn't know what I was saying." It's
Well,
like
as well dressed
dressing up
as Arthur Daly or Arthur Ashe
Well-
or Arthur Fowler. All of them are more recognisable.
embarrassing.
Really embarrassing the way your parents use fancy dress costume days as a way to exploit and psychologically unbalance you. I
Yeah.
think when you had to dress up as Paddington that time, it was ridiculous. We've only what's this, the mouth hole was only the size of a Smartie or something.
It was designed to be too small to eat fruit pastels for, as far as I'm concerned.
So people, so you couldn't consume fruit pastels, you poor lad.
What did you ever have fancy dress?
What did you ever have a fancy dress? I can't remember. I don't know what I was doing when I was little.
I've had no sleep.
What's wrong with you? You really should do a show where you play nothing but Black Keys tracks, says Paul from somewhere. We will do then, if that's what you reckon, old bean. There's no problem with us doing that. Could you yell something really... Oh, Sam Lowe's, again. Yell something really loud on air, anything you want, pinch my skin, and dedicate it to Tom, George, Zoo, Iggy, and say it's from Frosk. Because I'm missing their party because the train was closed because someone got stabbed outside it. They think you're God. Blimey, it's terrible about this stabbing that's gone on, isn't it? Matthew, we've got a duty. On Thursday night, says Ross Gurdin, I was sick on my cat as I was drunk. I don't feel guilty because when he was a kitten, I was always cleaning his sick up and now feel we're even. Do you agree? Or should I now let him be sick on me again?
That must be quite... Cats have got very fast impulses, haven't they?
What do you mean? What if a cat knew that some sick was coming, it would surely dart away.
Move.
Getting sick of a cat is going to be difficult, isn't it?
I'll just let it go out.
Just let time take its toll on that.
Because they have to lick themselves clean, don't they?
I wouldn't want to watch that happen. I wouldn't want to watch a cat licking my sick off it.
Once in Camden,
Maybe
I saw
it'd be
this homeless man who'd passed out and been sick down himself,
Yeah.
and his dog was eating it off him.
That's horrible. I don't know why I laughed at that. There was something wrong with me.
That's the lowest point I've ever seen anyone at, I think.
Yeah, having a dog eating their sick off them. That's terrible.
He's almost
Society's not working,
like the
mate.
dog was. It's like a little sort of butler. Goes, no, master. I'll just clean that up.
Embarrassing. This will just clean that up. Hey, I've made him Scottish. That's racist. I'm sorry about that. It could be from anywhere. Let's make him from Birmingham. I'm sorry about that. It doesn't suit a homeless person, that accent. But nonetheless, I'm just saying it could be from anywhere.
You're not an audition now.
Can I start again? I've gone
I'm sorry,
Scottish.
I didn't commit to that character. I do apologise. Right, okay. Okay, let's just get me. I like that dog being a
What
little...
about when I had to go for vocal exercises and had to go...
They were confidence classes, Max. We
They
were worried
weren't
you weren't confident
confidence
enough. You were
classes.
not confident enough. Matt had to go special confidence classes to build him up so he could do his job as a radio presenter.
Not true. I had to go and do vocal exercises. Which
Yeah, and you secretly fancied that woman.
I did, but then it was ridiculous. I had to stand opposite her, and this is not my cup of tea. And
What
I had
does
to
you have to
say, she goes, "That's it, go like that," and she goes, "And wiggle your bottom like you're a puppy." I had to do these stupid things. So you do it naturally.
It's like mother's milk to me, going like that. I've been doing that since I could speak. One of the
Really?
first things I said was like that. Morning, gents. Have you ever had a crush on someone that was embarrassing? Says Mitch. Well, yes, my mum. You know, it's ever so difficult. That's a joke. Oh, come on, not really. Like, though, when you're a child, you are sort of attracted to mum a bit, aren't you?
No.
Yes, you are. That's what
not.
Freud's all about.
Yeah,
You probably
Freud
still
was
are.
an idiot.
You still don't say Freud was an idiot, Matt. He done some nice theories about dreams and that, and he done loads of coke as well, didn't he?
There was this Freud thing of little Hans, this kid called Hans, who was scared of horses, right? And Freud said it was because he sees his father as horse-like, and he's scared of his father, and blah, blah, blah.
It's a bit much, isn't it? He's made the association that his dad's horse-like,
and
so
listen
he's
to
scared of
this.
horses.
And then in the notes...
Little hands as well. At least you'll be able to measure the horse, because horses are measured in hands.
No, he's German. Hans.
Hans. Little Hans.
But listen to this, right? In the notes of the case, he goes, his mother did note that he once saw a horse have a seizure and die in the street, right? And so Freud's gone,
What
right,
do you know?
there was that horse having a ranting, foaming at mouth seizure.
Eyes rolling back in his head, nostrils flaring.
Imagine
Little
seeing that.
hands watching that as a 4-year-old boy.
Being scared of horses, and then Freud going, no, that's because you're scared of your dad.
Obviously, you're scared of your father. Now, back to work in the knackers yard. Oh, I'm scared. Go make us some glue, Hans. Little Hans, the
It's
horse
ridiculous, isn't it?
executioner, has got some wacky, odd fear about horses. Well, surely Freud must have seen the relationship between those two events.
No. And Freud, a lot of the case studies he used were
he was having
students
it
of
off with.
his children. No,
People he was having it off with
people
after
who
his
really
study.
wanted to push his ideas. They go, yes, our child said this when they were in the bath the other day.
Well,
Little
they were
Hans.
trying to support his ideas.
Yeah, Little Hans' mum was a...
Are you saying let's debunk Freud?
Well, I think he got some things right.
Freud's
But a lot
been
of it-
debunked.
A lot of it was projecting his own perversions on everyone else.
Yeah, he fancied his mum. Thinks we all bloody well do it. Well, I don't know what your mum's like, Freud, but my mum, I don't fancy her. She's wearing a dressing gown and worrying about me. You all right, Russell? You okay? Do you want any money? I do not find that a turn on. I'm sorry, Mr. Freud. I must protest. So, should we listen to a record?
Yes.
Then let's get some people on the air. We'll talk to people.
Okay. What
Should
do you
we
mean,
talk
on
up?
the
Send
phone?
us emails, text messages, talk about, I don't know, what could we say there? Do you want to debunk any of the theories of some of the greatest thinkers and philosophers of the modern age? Perhaps you think Karl Marx was an idiot or Descartes was talking out of his Harris. Send us your theories to the Russell Brand Show, 6 million. Oh, you can text us at 64044, I don't know the text.
64046.
Is it? What is
You've
it?
been saying that every week for about how long?
I don't know. I've got to remember
6
a lot of
months?
things. I've got my shoes on, haven't I? I've put my eyeliner on. I look nice, don't
You've
I?
got eyeliner on.
For Christ's sake, I'm wearing my maternity bra. I'll do everything for you. When that baby comes, you better be ready, 'cause things is going to change round here, darling. Let me tell you. You're going to get a wake-up call, love.
I put eyeliner on once and then forgot I had it on and went to the gym the next day. In a muscle vest at the gym. I had eyeliner on.
Were you popular that day, dear?
Oh,
Did you get any attention in the steam room?
no. It's not that sort of gym.
So, listen to the Guillemot. Guillemots.
Yes.
I like them.
I was
Guillemots.
singing last week. I'm not singing this week.
Good, because you're downbeat, because you drink too much, stay out all night, getting involved in fights in East London, but not proper East London fights with art students in East London. Now, come on.
I was trying to stop a fight.
You're good lads. Blessed is Matt
It'll be
Morgan.
part of my cultural review.
He is the bringer of much peace, that lad. Russell, your new word, boobaloo, says Beth Timpson, has tainted many of my childhood memories. Wow, no. With a slightly pervy feeling. As a kid, my mum had ridiculous nicknames for me and my brothers. The boys were called things like Patrick McGinty, Lolly Lumpkin, Hadley Babson, Humpty Bumbleplops. They're nice names. My name was Betsy Boobaloo. I think you've stolen something from me.
Wow.
Well, dear, it could be worse. Boobaloo!
When you do that, it actually hurts my ears.
Does it?
It all sort of
It
cracks.
distorts and crackles down your
Yeah.
head. So it's actually people listening to this are getting hurt. A bit like
Yeah.
when Superman's confronted with kryptonite. Boobaloo. It's too low.
That's much better.
Boobaloo. 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 What are we going to listen to? Guillemots.
Guillemots.
Let's listen to them Guillemots, Matt, and then let's come to some serious conclusions about the way we live alive. Adverts! Gotta Gilmore's eyes! Before that, what was it before that?
I
Guillemots.
think it was the bit where you didn't come back in time and everything went
I
wrong.
was talking to Julie Kavanagh from Music Week and the new presenter Imran. I was building a nice atmosphere so that you enjoy coming here to work, Matthew. Is that okay with you?
It was 10 seconds left on that song and I panicked and pressed all sorts of buttons at once.
I saw you jabbing away at the box like it was like Back to the Future. Oh my God, the flux capacitor! Gigawatts! Michael!
Music Week sounds good this week. It's about grunge.
You have never ever contributed to the show in that way. That was a first. You said something professional then. That was amazing.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
Well done.
Well, watch this
done.
space.
You trailed something. Congratulations for trailing
Well
music.
done.
What about, come on, tell us that thing about your sister's cubs. Girls don't go cubs, it's brownies for girls.
What on earth are you talking
You
about?
go, well done, well done, well done, thank you, thank you,
Oh, I
thank
thought you meant her children.
Your sister's not a wolf.
When my sisters were at Brownies, when
Yeah.
both of them were at Brownies, and you get dragged along to their rubbish shows, and then what?
I just like the idea of you having to go and watch rubbish brownie shows. All resentful and little.
The Brownie leaders were grannies with names like Tawny Owl, Barn Owl,
Stupid names.
Snowy Owl.
What a coincidence, though, they all ended up working together.
I know.
Thank God they found each other. That's all I say.
And when like one little troop, I don't know what they're called again. Six.
Squad.
It's called a six, actually.
Death squads, I think you call them.
Yep, that's it.
Cell.
When they did something, they'd go. All the others would have to like.
Oh, you've done something
dance.
good. What is this? Hold on. You've gone
so
to the
they-
show. They've done a song.
don't
They've done
sound
a
good.
number from Greece. They've done a Grease Lightning.
They don't do that at Brownies, but anyway.
What do they do? I don't
Well,
know.
it's-
Set fire to something.
Yeah, and then
They've set fire to a can of paint.
Yeah, they've
The-
done
the
that.
others go.
And then they go, well done, well done,
They sort of
well
skip
done,
and clap under each leg as they skip.
Yeah.
Well done. Under the other leg. Well done. Well done. It's quite good.
And then
Yeah.
the ones who did it go, thank you, thank you, thank you, under their legs.
Thank you,
Thank
under their
you,
legs.
thank you, thank you.
What a lovely way
Imagine
to
that was
do that.
protocol in normal society.
I think that should be a protocol in normal society. I think we should go around clapping, well done, thank you, thank you. I've smashed my headphones right up.
You're an absolute
fuck.
wreck of a
I've
man.
really destroyed them. Look at the state of that. I've ripped my kit.
Don't break them even more.
Christ. Should have come on, mate. We're Ark. This is rock and roll bloody radio. We've just smashed up our equipment.
Come on, mate.
So, yeah, that's good that they've done that in the Brownies. Hold on, I've got some really interesting inquiries here.
Go on then.
Mark from Croydon. In a Corfu nightclub, I was pretending to play panpipes with some vigour. I accidentally elbowed a barmaid in the head and narrowly escaped having my throat cut by a doorman by bursting into tears. Good use of tears. He burst into tears and the doorman took pity on him. What a strange evening for him. Playing panpipes and then like elbowing someone, then burst into tears.
Vigorous panpipes as well.
Why would you play the panpipes with vigour? If ever an instrument was crying out for the delicate touch, it were the panpipe, or
Yeah.
perhaps the triangle or the xylophone. All instruments they've played aggressively are potential death traps.
That's quite a good way of dealing with bouncers, just bursting into tears.
I'm so sorry, what have I done?
I've seen you do similar things.
Not burst into tears to avoid being up.
Have I seen you cry? I don't know.
No, you haven't, because I don't cry very often.
Oh, I never cry.
I never cry, keep it all in. Wonder what Freud poos or something. Oh, there's someone on the line in there, but we won't be able to hear him because we've smashed out our headphones like mugs. I won't be able to hear
I can
the
hear 'em.
person. It's
Put on
Joe.
some other headphones.
Well, yeah, get some other headphones out and then we'll talk to this lovely lady. Right, Matt, have you ever had the urge to ride a cow? Says Katie in Penistone.
No.
You're scared of cows, aren't you?
No.
Yes,
Say
you are.
that.
You're scared stiff.
I'm scared of my father.
Oh my God, it must be Daddy. Also, there was that time when a cow had sex with you on a school trip. Thank you very much. Thanks for that.
That was
Adam.
a dog.
Adam's given me some info. Right, now we can talk to, is it Joe? Joe, are you there, dear?
I am. Do you know you can get herpes from a cow?
You can only
Oh,
have it off
God.
with it, Joe. I mean,
No, if it licks you, you can
if
get
you've got
herpes.
herpes off a cow, the least of your problems is the herpes. The problem is that you're having sex with livestock. What,
It's
Right.
much worse than Hoover's.
well, it can lick. Oi! That Hoover, I was 14. I treated that Hoover like a lady in a literal
If
way.
you'd have grown up in the country, God knows what you'd have been doing. At least it was an urban crime.
A rural version of that. Me skitting about in a haystack.
With a little chicken on you.
Woohoo!
Stop doing
I
that.
feel like chickens tonight. Sorry, I will stop doing that. Joe, I thank you for your point. So a cow licking you can give you herpes.
It can. I haven't
It's a
got herpes.
preemptive
thank God.
excuse that you're using. Are you married, Joe? Are you going to go to your husband? Oh, I think it might have been when I was licked by that cow, rather than this series of affairs I'm having with winos.
Yeah, and milkman. You can get it from milkman as well,
Yeah,
but
milkman.
mostly
Oh,
cows.
God.
I like you, Joe. You're an unusual person.
You don't see milkmen anymore, do you?
I don't
Yeah,
see him. You shouldn't have
yeah,
been
if you
seeing him
look
in the
very
first
hard
place.
with your eyes.
If you're really strange, so much hard that veins bulge, you can see milkmen just scuttling around near Matt's petticoats. Joe, where are you in the world?
I'm in Islington, Darling, because I'm obviously very, very trendy, but not Shoreditch, because my hair isn't good enough for
I
Shoreditch.
think you could probably live wherever you wanted to. Now, you sent us a text message saying about you're building a chest of drawers now, are you?
I am, yes.
Why?
Because Freud said you must have clothes and you must put them in chest of drawers.
So you're
And if you
attacking-
have a chest of drawers, then you won't be having sex with your mother, and I don't really want to have sex with my mum, therefore building chest of
You would
drawers.
want to have sex with your dad. You'd have an Electra complex. You wouldn't have sex with your mum anyway. You'd want to have sex with
No,
your
Russell,
dad.
because I know you visualise your mum when you are having sex. I
I
have
do
heard that
not.
about you.
That's a terrible thing to do. What a weird thing
I'm
to
the
say. This is a
only
morning
normal
radio
person
show.
here, aren't I?
Joe, why did you
Hungover, I
say
can say what
that?
I like.
Like, you mustn't. You're an independent person. You're allowed to say things. Right, we're going
Yeah.
to come round your house and smash it up.
Oh, I like that.
We're going to throw poop through your windows, Joe. You've
You're not in quadrophenia now, Russell.
I
You
never
can't
was.
do
I'm
that.
too bloody young. I've never heard the likes. Now, listen here, Joe. Come on, tell us this thing about Freud. I saw what you thought in your little face there, Matt. Oh, I saw that poster of Phil Daniels, and I knew it was Phil
You
Daniels.
owe me £100 for that bet. We'll
Matt
talk
saw this
about that
poster
later.
of Phil Daniels. All right. But anyway, Joe. So
Yeah.
come on then. Yeah, right. What do you want to say then about Freud? You're helping us to on today's show. We're debunking Freud. So what?
Good.
Have you got strong views on Freudian philosophy?
Well, yeah, do you know what? It all began when I started watching Vanessa back in the day.
Yeah, don't
And
attack
she had-
Vanessa. We like
no,
her.
No. Listen to me, Russell, because sometimes you talk too much, my darling. Right, and Vanessa had a conversation with
Go
a
on, try and say
dog
something.
all about Freud.
Russell, stop it.
Go on,
Stop
Vanessa.
trumping, that's not ladylike, Russell.
I've got no obligation to be like a lady. It's bad enough that I've got a vagina
With your
growing on
hair
my
and
back.
your tubes, you are a
Come
lady.
on, get on with what you're telling me about Vanessa then.
Yeah, so anyway, so Vanessa, very fat lady, spoke to a dog about
Oh, yeah, I like
Freud
her. Leave her alone.
She loves her mum.
She's sexy. Right, so she said
Yeah.
someone on her
She-
show loves
she
her
was
mum.
with her trainer as well.
Look, I've got to do right. Joe, you're mad.
I
Right,
know.
I think both of you are mad. I
I'm
think
not
you're
mad.
getting on
Wish
really
you'd never
well.
phoned me.
Now listen, Joe, let's just try and establish what you're saying. You heard the theories of Freud extolled on the Vanessa programme, and you
Yes.
now, when you've put a chest of drawers up, think about your mother in a neurotic way. Is that what you're saying?
No.
What are you wearing?
My pyjamas.
You absolutely disgust me. You're dressed as Arthur Dent at a church fete.
No, I'm just as Ernie, the milkman of the West.
Blimey. Now then, Joe, I'm glad we've had you on our radio programme. You've injected a much-needed dose of mental instability.
Fantastic.
But now we must move on.
Okay, goodbye.
Joe, you can come down here if you want one day. We're in Gildea Street, off Great Portland Street. Pop down if you want to say
I'll
hello.
visit you. I'll bring you some hair products.
Bring food. Fruit
Okay.
and that.
Bring supplies.
Bring supplies. I've got a feeling there might be a nuclear war any minute. But
I'll
take
bring
care.
a small bear and
Don't
jar
like
honey.
bears. They're dangerous. Right, bye then.
Bye.
Bye, Joe.
Bye-bye. Cheers, Joe.
Joe's an unusual person, Matt.
Wasn't she?
Wasn't she unusual?
I wonder
liked
if do you
her.
reckon she's attractive? Sounded kind of
My
nice.
feeling is that her personality was very well developed, and that must have happened as a consequence of not being able to attract people easily through physical appearance. That's just a theory. That's just a theory. That might not be true.
That's a terrible theory.
Is it? Because, like, have you not noticed that incredibly beautiful women, they've not really necessarily evolved faculties for communication? Have they?
That's
Right.
true. Sometimes.
Because it's just evolution. It's just evolution. If you've got the skills to attract mates and attain status through the way you look, then you ain't bothered. Like, you know,
I wish you'd write a book. Because
I
it'd
am
be
writing
fascinating
a book.
reading.
I actually am writing a book.
Have you written anything yet on your
No,
book?
I ain't. Have you seen this thing? It's in the People today about saying about my little bookie wookie, and it's like done a lot of, as you can imagine, rhubarb about it.
Is it called My Bookie Wookie by Russell Brand?
Maybe.
That's
It
quite
might be. My bookie wookie. My bookie wookie about Russell Brand. My bookie wookie begins, Rossley. I am a person alive. My name's Russell. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to call it. Oh, where's this thing? It was good, it was. It said like... Right, hold on, we'll find this. Da-da-da-da-da. Sorry about all this. This is the sort of thing that could be done before the show. Here, in the bit of the People, where it's about showbiz and that, it goes, Randy Brandy's Lay Today diary. Lay today because of the implication. I have it all for lauks. And then it's got a picture, a series of, like, it goes through the days of the week. Watch out, ladies. Randy Russell Brand is planning to publish his sex diaries. It wouldn't be a sex diary. What do you have a diary for sex for? If you're going to have it off, just let it happen spontaneously. Shouldn't be, like, be under Harvest Festival or New Moon, have it off. Just have it off when you fancy it. And women throughout Britain are quaking in their boots. What I got these boots on for? This is not a communist country. About how far his blow-by-blow account will go. A source close to the Motormouth, I'm not a Motormouth, said...
You are.
Am I?
That's not a bad thing.
To be a Motormouth.
Who's the source close to you?
Probably you. He knows the
Well,
diaries will
to
make
anyone.
explosive reading. He knows the diaries will make explosive reading
just lie,
and
don't
have
they?
book companies queuing up to give him a megabucks deal. We signed this deal. They gave me an extraordinary amount of money. But like, I don't know, I'm not allowed to touch it. Our agent's keeping it away from me in case I spend it all on sweets or chews or orchards or something. At the same time, many of his conquests, some famous, some not so famous, are terrified. Wild-haired Brand has become a legendary swordsman since shooting to fame on E4's Big Brother spin-off Big Brother's Big Mouth. Right? I've not changed, really, have I?
No, you haven't.
I've always just been
It's just
doing
a lot
these
easier
things.
for you now.
Just, yeah. He boasted about chalking up a whopping 2,000 women. That was because, right, I had an interview with Piers Morgan and he really kept pressing to say a number. And he goes, well, is it this number? Is it that number? I goes, oh, I don't know, maybe it might be, I don't know. Right, so I didn't boast about chalking up a whopping.
He doesn't work on that.
No, but this ain't him. They did that when I interviewed by him for GQ when I won that. I don't know if I
Right,
mentioned I'm the most stylish man.
I don't know if you did mention that.
Yeah.
But looking at you, I think it's
quite-
quite far-fetched.
It seems ridiculous. It's just the ranting of a madman. Right, and then it goes boasting at people about having it off with people. But right, that was just one knockback. He says best about that Rod Stewart thing, like, which was a joke and a laugh. It boasts about a long line of successes, including a bizarre fling with a vacuum cleaner called Henry. Just says that as if Henry the Hoover's not a brand, as if I've just found one. But it happens to be called, that's Jeffrey, that's Dave, this is Henry. Well, Jeffrey and Dave, you can both pee off. But Henry, perhaps you'd like to step into my boudoir. That's the noise it makes.
What? At the end, or?
That's when it comes. Oh no!
Russell, you can't say that.
Sorry, I take it back. I apologise. That was childish.
When he comes round your house to
When
say
he comes
hello.
round, you have to say hello. Henry, Peter and Jeffrey, you're going to have to wait outside. Look, we know something's going on. Why don't you just be honest about it? Why don't you just have the nous to include us in this? I'm sorry, it's Henry I'm attracted to. Not you, Pete. Not you, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, take your hands off me. Then it goes on about, like...
Nurse.
Nurse the screens! Then it's got, goes through a contrived diary of me. Right.
Well, why are you reading it all out then?
'Cause it's a laugh.
Glee.
I like it. It's fun, isn't it? Deconstruction, mate. Postmodern. Deconstruction!
Of the word itself.
I'm doing some deconstruction of the word deconstruction.
Some people talk like that.
So what? Let them. I don't mind how people talk. I listen to people however they talk. I like them. I like people having different styles of talking. It's good. Like, if I meet people that speak funny, I just go, yeah, right on, cool. I know this bloke that's got a really heavy stutter. I like it. It's interesting. It's like linguistic jazz.
That's
You know what I mean?
interesting. I know a bloke who says, I know what those when people I meet people who like to talk funny.
What What's he like? He sounds like a magnificent fellow. I suggest we build a mountain of gold and put him on the top of it from where he can survey his kingdom and eat eels. Wednesday, I was taking my morning constitutional in Old Camden Town when who do I spy? Actually, this is quite well written for the people. When who do I spy? But that young minx Becky Siddiqui. Oh, blimey. We once shared what I thought was a perfectly satisfactory night of carnal lust, only to read her branding me boring and selfish. Moi. I would never say moi. I'm not that type of person.
You didn't write this, Russell.
I know, oh right, yeah, that's true, yeah. I forget how.
I would never say what.
And it is not, you know, this faux diary of the people is actually not very realistic. It's astonishing. Also, what about when they do a list of, like, say something happens, like it goes, Paul McCartney's divorcing Heather McCartney here, and then it does a list of Beatles songs, and it changes the names a bit to be appropriate. What's the point of doing that all the time? Why do they always do that? Silly, isn't it? Just don't.
So hang on, after this diary, does it say, this is how it might look? Does it say something that... Because some people will read that and think that's your diary.
Oh, yeah.
And tragically, probably think, I must get his book.
All right, so how explicit... It ends lustily after it says a bizarre fling with a vacuum cleaner called Henry. It goes, so how explicit are Brand's diaries? Here's how he may have recalled just one up and down week. Right, and then it does that. Right, the last day is Saturday. Went to my favourite club and had a chat with that lovely Kimberly Stewart. Just hope to F she doesn't tell her old man. But thought it was a bit rich getting lectured by an old lecturer like Rod. I virtually thinks my chat-up lines suck. Still, if she blows me out, I've got my old friend Henry the vacuum cleaner. And what is quite funny is that amongst these famous people I'm purported to have had it off with, there is a picture of Henry the Hoover as well amongst them. There's a picture of little Henry there. All smiling. I love Henry the Hoover.
The company who make him are going to...
I reckon I should get a free vac out of this, shouldn't I?
What are you going to do with it? Well, they can
have it off with it.
Send it round with a bow round it. A bottle of champagne.
Send it round in suspenders. Henry the Hoover. Well, hello. Oh, it's nice to see you again, Henry. Where the hell have you been? Don't look at me with that face to think you can just walk back into my life. Well, things have changed. Henry the Hoover. Because he actually is a product. Other vacuums are available, but they are less fun to have it off with.
I think it's brilliant they put a face on that.
I think it's a really imaginative idea. Let's have faces on everything. Toasters, guns, each other. Why not put a face on your own face, a face on the top of your forehead, and you can talk to that when you're all alone?
Sometimes I look at cars and I think that it looks like a face.
You do, that's because you're childish, mate, to look at cars' headlights.
I'm childish.
You're childish.
What about that bit where the Prime Minister should pull something out of his bum and then going on about lollies? People's bums. I'm childish. So like a Porsche has got big open round eyes.
People think that, mate.
BMW looks a bit more evil.
BMW is more an evil car. Other cars are available that are evil and all.
You don't have to say that.
I bet there's another thing that you
I don't think the BMW marketing machine will be damaged by you saying they look a bit evil.
Oh, crikey. Oh, what are we going to do? He's just said that at the front of our face, the front of our car looks like a wicked, wicked face. Well, we must going to meltdown then. I hope they better say something about Mercedes, because they look like they might be envious and covetous little cars. That's how German people discuss marketing. I've got something really important to say. What is it? What was I on about? Oh, yeah, right, that's childish, you thinking that thing about cars having faces. I bet you also think, say you go to ring someone on your mobile phone, right? You send it a text message and it goes, message failed. I bet you think that your phone's like a little robot that's trying to help you. And, like, it doesn't want you to send that message because it's going to lead to difficulties.
Absolutely not.
You think that.
Absolutely
and if you try and ring someone, oh, no. Jeez, like, just did the cuckoo sign. Right, send in text messages of support, right, because, all right, I'll admit it, I do think, if I try and send a text message and then it goes, message failed, I think that I'm a bit like Knight Rider and my phone's a bit like Kit and the phone's trying to help me, going, no, Michael, don't send that text message.
Oh, hang on, right, so you've written something that shouldn't be sent.
You've written something like, maybe you're saying, look, I don't think I should ever see you again, Henry, you really hurt me, right? Yeah. And then you go, press send, and it goes, message failed, right?
It's giving you a second chance.
I think that the universe giving you, it's like saying, don't send that. Not the universe, the phone is like the car in Knight Rider, Kit, and it's trying to help you. Now, if other people...
I love the way this started with an accusation. I bet you think this! Actually, just exposed yourself as a nutcase.
I bet! I know, because I just thought you're like me, you'll probably think the same things I think. Anyway, people, if you think that, please, and you're listening to the show, send me some support, because I feel dreadfully, desperately alone in my madness. 64046. That's our number, isn't it?
64046, yeah.
64046 or russell.brand.bbc.bbc.diddly-i-stroke-dash. Send us an email if you like, it's up to you.
That'll get there.
Yesterday, just send it, just throw it at the internet, just pick up a big can of words and sling it into the interweb. Yesterday, says Michelle, I cried at an episode of Happy Days. Mind you, I was being attacked at the time. That's quite funny. No, yesterday, I cried at an episode of Happy Days. Have you ever cried at a crap emotional episode of a US sitcom? If so, which one? Love, Michelle G. Matt will now say, I cried at that episode where Uncle Albert went missing in Only Fools and Horses, didn't you?
Well, I cried at it.
You cried.
I thought it was sad as a child.
But as a young man, I was moved by Albert's plight, but I wouldn't say I cried, no.
My little brother cried once when we were kids, watching Super Ted, when Spotty got trapped outside the space station, and Super Ted was inside, and he was banging, Super Ted! Super Ted! And it just ended like with him stuck outside.
Torturous
and my brother just went, burst into tears.
When pushed, was he able to say what the problem was?
Well, no, we'd all watch the episode.
I was like, oh no, I mean, we'd share the experience. There was no doubt that it was about the plight of Spotty.
Yeah.
I love the start of Super Ted where it goes, Super Ted, he was made in a factory, but there was something wrong with him, and they threw him away like a piece of rubbish. Like it's the
What was
worst
wrong
thing
with
that could
him?
ever happen.
Did we ever find out?
He was an idiot. Which was wrong with him. He was smug.
He was an idiot.
He was smug.
That's not what was wrong with him.
Who did see him? Oh, come on, Spotty, let's solve some clues. Just get out of it, mate. That's what I used to think when I was watching that little mug.
Oh, you like the skeleton, didn't you? The camp skeleton.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Tex.
Oh, Tex. Oh, come on, Tex. Oh, bloody hell, Tex. Now, when are we going to stop doing all these crimes? Come back to the van and give us a snog, you old pig.
Never said that.
It was a bit like that. He was fancy, Tex. And Tex, I think, was a bit on, hey, okay, alright, let's get Super Ted. Because it's funny, because Tex had a sort of authority, but then he had to talk about Spotty and Super Ted, and that undermined him. Right,
He
I'm
used
gonna
to say,
destroy
"That
the
bear,"
world.
I think.
Oh, he didn't go, Super Ted, that bear, and then the other guy, the Spotty guy. He had to communicate the most risible ideas. Embarrassing for him. And then there's that other one who was a bit fat when he was a bit like that, when he was a bit like Jason Weathercock,
Yeah.
Trevor Locke's sidekick in chopping off Blue Tits' heads with a spade, what Trevor Locke used to do for entertainment as a child.
Should we play Super Furry Animals now?
Super Furry Teds, I say we play, hey? Do you think that's why? Do you think you saw that written down somewhere and it made you bring up Super Ted, or do you think that it's an amazing coincidence?
Well, he's not furry.
Yeah, but it says the word super, and are you?
Oh, right, super and furry. Yeah, maybe.
I think so. Who's what? Who's not super? Trevor.
What?
Well, I just meant he's not
Are you
super.
saying
I'm
talked
saying
about
you
Super
brought up
Ted because I read
Ted
Super
because you
Ted?
saw Super Furry Animals.
I don't think so.
Well, it's a coincidence.
No,
then.
because you said crying, and I remember that thing about my brother crying. We're not all like it's just your synapses which misfire. You think
My
your-
synapses are brilliant, thank you,
you
very
think
much.
Your mobile phone's a little robot assistant.
Gandhi, Twiglets, Fiddlesticks, on with the show. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me.
Message failed. Oh, thank you. Cooper.
Cooper.
That's what you'd call it.
Just call it.
Cooper. I guess you're right. I'll reword it.
You're right. Yes, Cooper, of course. It's obvious, Cooper. If I send that now, she'll know that I really love her. Message failed. Yes, Cooper, I will change it to a much more Byron-esque form of text.
No network coverage. Cooper, you're brilliant.
Yes, Cooper, of course, of course. That will be the fence. I won't do that now.
Cooper, Henry, back in the van.
We'll solve these mysteries, so help us, with my trusty Hoover and Cooper. Message failed. Cooper, I don't want you to see me like this. Look away, Cooper. You'll lose respect for Daddy. Should we listen to Super Furry Animals before we all get ourselves locked up?
Okay.
Super Furry Ted.
Animals.
Animals. Show me magic. Is that what they want?
Yep. Something like that. Anyway.
Fine. I mean,
God,
it's gonna be difficult.
God, show me magic.
They want God to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
They're egging him on.
Who better than God to show magic?
So it's not magic if God does it.
That's true, yeah, he's meant to be omnipotent, he's meant to be able to do whatever he likes anyway, ain't he? We've got some emails here. The music news is from a woman called Julie Cullen. That's funny that it says that here. I like Julie Cullen.
It's not funny, it's just funny that you've read it out.
Why does it say that?
Don't worry about
It just
it.
says it on a bit of paper. I spoke to Julie Kavanagh, who does Music Week. She's going to come in a minute and tell us off about last week when we done that thing.
Oh, really? Pinch my skin thing.
Pinch my skin! From Master Sue, the Tai Chi expert that taught us Tai Chi, but also taught us that Eastern mysticism can be used to pull birds and beat up people in pubs. Hi, Russell and Matt. Have you ever been chased, threatened by the dads or brothers of girls you've had flings with, apart from Rod Stewart, says Isadora. Have you, Matt, ever got into bother because of women?
Yes.
What happened? Was it also
A girl's dad knocked on the door. This is when I was really young, like sort of 18 or something.
Yeah.
And said, right, come on, you got to go now. And then.
Were you up in her bedroom?
Yeah. We weren't doing anything, actually. We were just sitting there talking.
Glue sniffing, was you?
No. Never did that.
Punk.
And, he sort of banged on the door. Then he suddenly just opened the door. That's right, get out! And chased me down the stairs.
He chased you down the stairs?
Yeah.
With a rolling pin?
No.
And you had a string of sausages in your mouth? What a way to live. This is good, from Jules Nugent. What a great name. Because he's got J twice in his name, the sound of J. Jules Nugent. Jules Nugent goes, I met a BNP guy that told me Hitler was one of history's greatest thinkers. I would like to debunk him and that. I just had a feeling I couldn't trust the bloke for some reason. I'm sure his ma loved him. Keep up the good work, lads. Jules Nugent. Right, now Hitler was not a great thinker, because some of the things he'd done was well out of order, I'd like to say. Wasn't he, Matt?
I think you could be quoted on that.
I'd like to go on record as saying, Hitler, he was out of order. What he'd done.
What are you going to say?
What he done. Right, but hold on, let's see if there are any redeeming features.
This is what I think about Hitler.
Yeah.
He's,
this is risky radio.
No, it's not.
Let's give Matt free reign on top of
but
Hitler.
people like, obviously terrible person, right? But
Yeah.
then people say, oh, pure evil. If you go, can someone be pure evil? People go, yeah, look at Hitler.
Yeah.
But Hitler's dog would have loved Hitler.
Hitler's dog Blondie was the name of that dog.
How do you know so much about it? It wasn't Blue Peter. Why did he have an English name? Why was it Goldie? Blondie, is that a lie?
This is Blondie. Now this week we're going to be making a terrible, terrible system of ideology that will bring about the deaths of millions of innocent people. And Blondie is going to be skateboarding.
You made that up, obviously.
No, it's called Blondie. His dog
What, because of Aryan blonde hair?
I don't know, it's just a good name for a dog, isn't
I
it?
call you Blondie.
I should call you Blondie, you little brute.
Why is it an English word then?
Probably not.
Blondic. Or
Yeah, it
something,
might be
probably.
something like that, yeah. Right, go on. So anyway, what do you think about Hitler?
Yeah, terrible
his dog
man,
would have liked him.
but people, the
Are we
argument...
going to go with the opinion of a dog or of most prominent thinkers?
I'm merely talking about evil.
Yeah, there's no
pure
such thing
evil.
as...
human evil.
Evil, there ain't such thing as evil as in the notion of... I don't even think there is such a thing as evil. There's just stuff that happens. Some of it seems to have negative consequences. Some of it seems to have positive consequences. But philosophically, ideas like good and bad... You know, who cares? The universe is infinite. I'm not saying go out and do evil things. I'm saying go out and do good things. You might as well do good things, but good and evil is a bit complicated, really.
You really should write this book.
I'm writing it.
Russell Brand's Bookie Wookie. The
Russell
ramblings
Brand's-
and nonsense. It'll have to be a pop-up book, I think.
I bought that book on philosophy. Freud is rubbish. Check out Jung's theory on synchronicity, says Les from Wolves. That's interesting. Or he's either called Les Wolves or he was brought up by wolves. Either way, his opinions on Jung must be treated with extreme caution. What's the biggest thing you've ever killed? From Fergus. My own sense of innocence that died the day I took this job. What's the biggest thing you've ever killed, Matt? I don't like killing things. I'm a vegetarian.
A tree?
A tree? You've never killed a tree. A tree would well have you. I've got a dilemma. I want a massage today, but they've only got one slot free and it's with a woman. I'd rather it was with a man. I don't think women can give a man a massage that is worthwhile. Would you prefer a man or woman to massage you? Peter, London. Matt, if you're getting a massage, who do you want else?
I've
A
had
man or a
both.
woman?
I'd say a woman. You can get women with... because I know what he means. They're not strong enough to really
get into the
get into
muscles.
it. But, you know that bloke we go to?
Who?
That-
Oh yeah. Mr. Bennett, the back man.
Yeah.
Back specialist.
He's got a masseuse there.
Yeah.
And she's really good. She's really strong, sort of. I think she's South African or Australian.
What's
she's
that got to
good.
do with anything?
I'm just saying, she's good.
I've ended apartheid now. Leave them alone. Stop attacking South Africans. I'm under my car changing the oil filter because my dad is crap at such stuff. As a result, I now no longer want to have sex with him. What would Freud say about that? Joe, wet and oily in West Lothian. That's actually quite
It's
erotic.
loaded with... No, it's not.
I think it
What's
is.
she texting from underneath a car?
Odd, really. Joe, I think your message is good. Matt says you might be a little bit mad, but don't worry yourself, love. There! That's that dealt with. That'll go in the book. When I was a young lad, I used to go to a Jewish youth club in North London, says Stuart. which was full of loads of rich kids. The fashion at the time was to wear Levi jeans, other jeans are available, which were quite expensive. However, my mother, in her infinite wisdom, bought me a horrible pair of cheap jeans from Marks and Sparks, other shops are available, which she made me wear on my weekly visit to the club. I was teased relentlessly all night about my lovely new jeans, and still bear the mental, because he put that in quotation marks, and still bear the mental scars to this day, almost 40 years later. Looking forward to the Cheltenham show. Feel free to drop in for a cup of Rosie. That better be tea and not Rosie West. That's from Stuart.
What on earth are you doing?
I don't know.
I think it's nice about your nan saying, I'll make you McDonald's, and making you like a little burger and a sandwich.
Yeah, it's not like McDonald's, nan. Like, because I want a McDonald's. I can make McDonald's here, Pip. We can do McDonald's. We'll make our own McDonald's.
God.
Bless her. This poor woman. She's lovely, really. Hypothetically, says Alison, if you had some musical talent and could be in a band in the world past or present, which band would you like to be in? Matthew, you can answer that. Love and metal hugs from Alison. What band would you be in? You want to be in Led Zeppelin, surely, don't you?
Led Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses.
I don't reckon you'd get on with the other lads in the band. I reckon they'd bully and victimise you.
What band would you be in?
I don't know.
Don't bully me, I'd be cool.
You're going to get really bullied in this hypothetical band membership that you have. I would like to be...
In that boy band you failed to get into.
I don't know, I just wish they'd let me be in that one. You gotta have faith. Yes, you have. All gotta have faith. Yeah, I'd like to have just been in that. I don't know.
The Smiths. You'd like to hold hands with Morrissey and whinge on about everything with him.
No, because that would ruin for me, the Smiths. Having me in it would destroy the Smiths. And then I wouldn't be able to enjoy them, because Morrissey would be put off by
me standing
going
at the back of Led Zeppelin would be pretty bad anyway, so...
I think they could have carry your talent, but I think I'd be bothering Morrissey, wouldn't be right. I'd be like trying to split up him and Johnny Marr. I'd be a bad influence on the band. It would have ruined it. So I think I'd be in a band. I should just be in if I had to be in a band.
The Doors.
Then I'd be jealous of Jim Morrison all the time.
Well, maybe you are. I think she means like you'd be Jim Morrison.
No, she doesn't say you can be him. You've just got to turn up and be in their band. It'd be awkward. Jim Morrison, you'd be worried. Jim, stop saying...
Hello, Jim. I've won this sort of universal competition.
Well, that's really neat.
Someone sent a text in the future.
Sit down. Welcome to the band.
Who's that? That's Brian Blessed.
Brian, who's let you in? I've won the same universal contest and will now be playing bass. Okay, well, I'll explain it to Robbie. He's not going to be happy, though. Okay, what should we listen to?
Robbie Krieger. You know some stuff, don't
See,
you?
I know things. Yeah, woohoo!
You've got to listen to that little show you love.
Well, it's a little show. It's called The News. There's stuff going on all the time. When I was little, I used to think, how come there's always news? How come one day they don't just go, yeah, nothing's really happened? And I realise now that's because when that happens, they just make up a load of senseless lies to make us docile and stop us being free.
Ooh.
Here's the news, baby.
Indulgent ending.
Oh, I like the Zootons. I think they're nice.
I like them.
Well, the ending, yeah, it was a bit mad.
But you went to speak and you went, oh, Stacey.
It looked like I was about to say it.
Yeah.
Did it a little bit. Listen to Russell Brand, Six Music, and me with Matt Morgan. I mean, the fact he's in charge of the switches becomes more irrelevant with each passing moment.
Speak properly into that microphone.
I shall speak with the clarity of voice of a young, I don't know, Tom Conti. So here's a message for you, Rudy. John B. Fletcher goes, I sympathise with Matt being made to dress up all the time. My father was the headmaster of our school, which is part of my own Freudian labyrinth, says John B. Fletcher. I like these called John B. Fletcher. Turn your phone off, Trev!
That's Cooper.
Cooper! Oh, Cooper! Am I taking a terrible risk with this Freud? Message failed. Yes, you're right, Cooper. We shouldn't be talking about Freud. What of his theories are used against me? Cooper. My father, he was the headmaster of the school. The headmaster's kids of our school went to our school.
And that's weird when there was teachers whose kids were at the school.
It's confusing.
That must be a very... I wonder what Freud would say about that. That must do something to your head.
It probably... Yeah, I don't know what Freud would say, but it tied into sex, I expect.
And what about when you're at home and your parent is a teacher as well?
I do my head in. It's confusing. You've crossed the streams. It's like Ghostbusters. Never cross the streams. Yeah?
Until the end, when they need to get enough power.
Of that the whole thing that they weren't meant to do was the thing they're meant to do. Maybe that applies to other things in life. Like, for example, don't do whatever you want. Don't do the radio show with your trousers and pants down and run round. Don't drag your bum along the mixing desk like dogs do along a carpet.
You always talk about that.
I
don't
think
you?
about it a lot.
I think Freud would say you saw that at an early age. Maybe you think that's your dad.
It actually was my dad. That's the thing. Daddy, this is no way to teach me to play football. Yes, it is. Right, so anyway, me and my sister had to take part in everything because, you know, this John B. Fletcher, Johnny B. Fletcher, his dad is the headmaster. We had to take part in everything, getting in ridiculous costumes. We were often the only ones stood dying from shame in medieval costumes in events that weren't even medievally themed, winning first, second and runner-up prizes. Now I like to be caned. Only joking. Sketty from Swansea.
No,
Oh, Sketty! Oh, Sketty! Yeah, that must be hard, Sketty. What about if it's bad enough if your mum's a dinner lady? Mine weren't. What did you think? What was your attitude to dinner ladies?
Mine weren't.
Mine weren't a dinner lady. I wouldn't like it. I'd like to keep things separate. I
Dinner
don't like
ladies
things getting all
were
mingled
older
in.
than mums.
Yeah,
They were-
Mrs.
they were
Nash,
nans.
Mrs. Cockerell, Mrs. Nash was how you'd imagine Mrs. Nash to be. She was a bit like Smash mashed potatoes. She was a bit like a bit like she was dissipating. And Mrs. Cockerell was a bit like a cockerel in that
Really?
she was commanding. Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, in a way.
At my school, we had Mrs. Elcombe, who was a lovely old
What was she
lady.
like? What was her-
Lovely old lady with.
Elcombe. Like talcum powder.
Talcum
Elcombe.
powder.
I'll give you a little Elcombe puddy
And
puddy.
Mrs. Make Less Noise.
You liar!
That's what we called her because
Oh, right.
didn't know her name, but she go, make less noise.
That was her mantra. Make less noise.
It's just a stupid way of saying be quiet.
Make less noise. It's like that noise is an objective thing that's happening. You're making that thing. Do less of that
it,
thing.
yeah. But she's still saying make noise, just less of it.
Yeah, like, and it also suggests that no matter what that amount of noise was, she wouldn't care. So whether it's hardly
Yeah.
any noise or loads of noise, she just wants less of it.
Yeah.
It's just like, I reckon on the day of her interview, someone goes, well, mostly, you know, it'd just be wearing this sort of quite embarrassing overcoat type thing with popper buttons up the front, and just making sure that the children make less noise, really. Right, I'll see to it. I'll see that it happens. She's not properly understood. She's really
Yeah.
just sticking to that. If she's someone, if she worked for Hitler, she would be acting out his evil will in an unquestioning way. That is what people say in it, you know, well, my responsibility.
What else did dinner ladies? I'm trying to remember what they did.
Well, they do. They go indoors.
They
make
walk
less
around-
noise.
They wipe the tables and stuff, but they
Wipe the
also
tables.
parade around the
They're
playground.
policemen. They're lunchtime police force. The teachers need to have a break as well. They are the henchmen of the system, essentially. They are the SS of the school.
No, the SS would be like the teachers.
The SS, alright, hold on. The headmaster's Hitler. The teachers are, the teachers are Goering, Goebbels, all them lot.
Right, okay.
The dinner ladies are like henchmen. They're the muscle prefects.
But then the SS were like the elite of the henchmen.
Right, yeah.
I think they're the
Then the
jack-booted.
prefects are the jack-booted
Oh, well, the
ones.
children, and then so the children are the little soldiers.
Yeah, we're just the foot soldiers. We're not involved in Nazism. No, we're...
Sports day will be a laugh at this school. Big parade.
Bloody hell, you've really gone to town with the pageantry. Yes, we have. When I listened to an opera, it's really had an effect. Right. Ben Francis goes, I think my phone is like a little robot helper too. I abuse that fact though because I used to send people text messages and write asterisk, some text missing, asterisk. And then I think that the word asterisk is asterisk, not asterisk.
I know
Because
you do.
obviously I was influenced more by that little ghoul cartoon fella than
I
punctuation
used to love
points.
asterisk. Asterix.
He's going, you don't even know. You love little star-shaped bits of punctuation as a kid, you little twit.
What was his name called? What was his dog called?
Dogmix.
Dogmatic.
Dogmatic, wasn't it? Yeah, dogmatic.
'Cause he was
But
French,
you only
wasn't it?
later learn out that dogmatic means someone that rigidly enforces a dogma.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
Obelisk, that's like a big block thing.
Stone.
Get a fix, that was just get some
Obviously.
drugs, wasn't it? And that must have been different in the French version, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's bad message, isn't it?
Get a fix the druid.
Get a fix, a druid. He was always knocking out them drugs to them lot, wasn't he?
Yeah, that made him go mad.
Made them go mad and like fighting. And what I did like is that the Obelisk was always really ripping up trees, and the dog didn't like that. Remember, the dog was always really peeved that Obelisk ripped up trees, and that
He was
made
an
me myself.
environmentalist.
He had environmentalist tendencies, Matt. I'm not sure if he agreed with that dogma, although, you know, he was dogmatic, as we know. So, yeah, Ben...
That's all cleared up.
I can put that mystery to bed. So anyway, Ben used to go put asterisk, some text missing to avoid saying things like, he might go, I'd like to grab hold of you right by your some text missing. He uses it, in
Right.
fact, which is a very clever way of adopting culture into his life. Remember, Matt, when it first, you know, like these, now you have to, if you're going to shop and use a card, you have to put in your PIN.
Chip and pin.
Chip and pin. You have to do a chip and pin. It says, like the computer says things, now hand thing back to merchant. It's like they don't know what language to use for it. Hand this back to merchant. You don't call them a merchant. No. Merchant's from the days of Dick Turpin.
That's like I need 50 foot of rope to set sail tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. It's things that happen. Send me some silks and satins and spices, oh dear merchant. Right, I know the word merchant from Merchant of Venice, latterly, and then like
Stephen Merchant
on our show, One Leicester Square tomorrow. You cough like an old lady there.
Tomorrow,
innit? And Merchant. I remember in the story, I think it was Dick Whittington or something like that. Like, they go off to overseas and there was merchants involved. One of them, you know, the fairy tales all got the same vibe. Puss in Boots, Dick Whittington. It's all the same vibe. I suppose because they appear in the same sort of, what are they, almanacs of fairy tales or something.
Yes, Russell.
Don't humour me.
The stories were collected, weren't they, by people like the Brothers Grimm.
What, they just collected it? They didn't make them up?
Apparently, a lot of those fairy tales were much darker, adult stories with, like, sexual themes and stuff.
Really?
And they sanitised it for children.
What's this, Joseph Campbell and mythology? That Joseph Campbell bloke who knows all about myths and myths that exist in our minds as templates for our behaviour and encode the way we act and the way we regard things. Yeah, fairy tales are a bit dark. Like that Red Riding Hood, stay on the path, keep away from the wolf. That's like telling young women, watch out for blokes like you, Morgan. That's what that's saying.
Shut up.
Get to Granny's house.
Like
in the middle
you, mate.
Why does Granny even live in the woods? It's a stupid place to live.
Because they all live in the... They all the people
and that
live
woods
there.
is the unconscious mind, isn't it? The scope of the unconscious mind is represented by the woods, or the unknown. I guess it's the unknown is the woods. Granny, domesticity, is in that woods. The path of righteousness. The wolf is the raging libido.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, man, you're freaking me out, man. Oh, it's one, man.
I just saw...
And Red Riding Hood is the Red Riding Hood that's her burgeoning sexuality, isn't it? The red is the lustre of her feminine sexuality.
Where have you picked this up?
Don't know, it's just stuff I read in porno mags. No, it's true, isn't it? Joseph Campbell, you know, mythology and stuff
Alright, what
like
are
that.
the 7 dwarfs then?
Sneezy.
They were the 7 deadly sins. Being sleepy.
Oh, deadly, you lazy pig. Being dopey. Oh, you're a bit stupid, are ya?
Hang on, was they lazy and dopey?
Yeah, no, they weren't lazy. But let's go through these dwarves, right? Bashful, fair enough. Sleepy, a bit stupid. Someone whose characteristic is that they're tired. Dopey, he's your favourite because he's the best represented in the Walt Disney version. But up till then, he probably would freak you out because he'd be like a daft idiot, wouldn't he? Be all heavy-fisted and probably getting erections at inappropriate times and that, right? But what about
Probably
Doc?
would, Russell.
He probably would. What's Doc contributing?
He's the intelligent one, isn't he?
I don't like him. He's got them specs on, he's lording it up. You know, Doc. Or, he's like, the others have all got like sleepy, snoozy, bashful, you know,
This is
angry.
something that eats away at you at night or something.
It's bothering me, mate. I think about it, yeah. Doc, what do you mean, mate? You're not telling us anything about who you are. What's Doc hiding?
I don't know. What makes him tick?
What makes Doc tick, Matt? Yeah? Let's get into the mind of Doc. Let's find out about the real Doc, because he seems to be hiding something. Anyway, you know, we've learned a bit about the nature of
I
mythology.
think it's something else to cover in your Bookie Wookie.
I put it in the Bookie Wookie, my Bookie Wookie, by Russ and Brad, but then it says it all in delicate italics, as if it's a proper Bookie Wookie. Hi, Russ and Matt. One time I wore a stupid black leather fedora on stage at a concert I was playing. I wish I didn't. I looked at a Pratt in capital letters from John. Thanks, mate. Can I just say Henry is made by Pneumatic, not Hoover. Pedantic, I know, but it must be said. Paddy from Cambridgeshire. Thanks, Paddy, for clearing
Right, so
that
it's
up,
Henry
mate.
the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, no. That's a bit odd, because Hoover, you know, it's alliterative.
Hoover's another company, but everyone calls him Henry the Hoover.
Everyone calls him Henry the Hoover, not Henry the vacuum cleaner. They might as well call him Victor the vacuum cleaner.
That's weird that when that word, you know, brand
names
names
become
I mean,
standardised, because it's Partridge
let's
own
not
it
talk
because of
about it,
Tannoy,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Now, I've just been going through my book, Questions for Freud, which I bought. It says Cinderella Rockefeller. That's a strange person. All right, well, Cinderella Rockefeller goes, I've just been looking through my book, Questions for Freud, which I bought and highlighted avidly in yellow highlighter while studying for my degree at Oxford University, which they've capitalised brilliantly, and obviously they're aware of the joke. I have highlighted the following little gem. As we survey the many vicissitudes of Freud's long-standing vacillation concerning reality and fantasy, it becomes clear that a fundamental upset of doctrinal psychoanalysis was continually haunting Freud himself. Well, that is clear, actually, that he was continually haunted by a fundamental upset. So, thank you for that.
Clearly.
Clearly!
But how
Any
arrogant
mug.
to say, I feel like this. That means everyone does.
So I used to do that when I
know.
was on drugs, didn't
I know, it was a hidden message to you.
A message! This is from Annabelle. And she goes, what's the riskiest place you've ever had it off? In a Hoover's mouth. That was pretty risky.
That's its nose.
Oh yeah, in a Hoover's nose. Even worse. Poor sausage. No wonder he was congested. That was Annie from South Brent. Annie, with Matt, what's the riskiest place you've ever had it off? I don't like having it off in risky places. I'd rather have it, like, I'm getting older, because I just sort of would rather have it off in a bed. Like someone once, probably about a month or so ago, goes, oh, should we get out of the car and have it off against them railings? I went, no, let's just go home.
I had it off.
The other people in the zoo are not going to appreciate that. And also,
Hang on, you went into a
orangutan.
zoo naked once, didn't you? We ran around London Zoo naked with a girl.
Oh yeah,
in the middle
I
of
did
the
actually.
night.
We went to London Zoo, right, and then like there was kept being messages, zoo closing now, like that being
What,
introduced.
from Cooper?
Okay, Cooper. Thanks, Coops. Thanks for keeping me updated, Coops.
Yeah.
And like, just coming out from over, I don't know, the PA, not tunnel, or the PA system of the zoo, going, and then people go, yeah, the zoo's closing, zoo closed at 5:30. I just thought, these messages mean nothing. The zoo probably ain't closing. That's just the man trying to hold us down. So me and this girl that I was going out with at the time just ignored it. And like, kept being messages, and then we were off, we're looking at llamas or something, lizards, llamas, something what's not a person. And like, then the zoo, right, we sort of thought, well, there's nowhere else at this zoo now, just us. And the zoo had closed. It was brilliant. We just walked around the zoo.
What happens? All the animals just
They
start
come
smoking.
Out. They have a fag each, start playing cards, farting. They're all that much more confident. They come up closer to the thing. Right? It was a really amazing bit, actually.
What, do you think they are aware of the time? They must be.
I think they must be aware that, hold on, this is a bit where it ain't all jabbering idiots looking at us and bugging us, so they just chill out a bit, right? So we was walking around, and it was all really liberating. There's one bit, right, there's this tiger, like it came right up close, and like, I felt all like, oh God, we're being confronted by this tiger, and he went, Roar! Probably unleashed a bit of animalism at us,
Really?
like at us as well.
Wow.
And we realised that if it wasn't restrained by a thing, it would have just come and killed us for a laugh.
Yeah.
Or some biological imperative.
Well, maybe he's just, tries to uphold the laws of the zoo.
Yeah, what are you
He knew
doing
it was
here?
too late.
Also, what we've done is we took off all our clothes, because I goes, look, we're like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. It's just us amongst all these animals. Also,
God.
she had a rubber snake, right? I goes, oh, look at that. That's the snake.
What?
It's tempting.
Why?
Because they sold them in the zoo shops.
Oh, right,
They sell
okay.
toys and stuff. So she had this rubber snake. And I was going, oh, we're Adam and Eve. Look, we've even got the snake. So we were then, I goes, let's be naked. I goes, because I actually even said at the time, this story will be much better if we do take our clothes off, knowing that one day you'd ask in the middle of a radio show. So, like,
I do hope this was watched by some bored security guard on CCTV, seeing you prancing around like a tit. Go, come on, take our clothes off. Yeah, the Garden of Eden.
it'd be good if there was audio, so I could hear my contrived pompous theories trying to get a girl to take her knickers off by saying it's like the dawn of man. It's
you-
like the Genesis. Hey, yeah, then it'll be like Noah, in a minute it'll start raining.
Did it work?
What do you mean, did I get to have it off with her? Yeah, I
No.
think I did, actually. Yeah. Why? What work?
I actually meant, did you both get naked?
Yeah, we did. We both got naked, and we were just walking around naked in the zoo.
Hang on, this can't. I thought this happened in the middle of the night. So this is only about 20 minutes after closing time.
Yeah.
There's probably some kids looking for lost property.
Mummy! There's naked people with a rubber snake! Don't be ridiculous, John. Oh my God, there are! Look away, look away! Oh my God, Mummy, them lions are having it off! Everywhere we're surrounded by sex. For Christ's sake, there's no escape from the penal colony. As Ray Liotta learned
God, here
in
we
the
go.
film No Escape from the Penal Colony, in which Ray Liotta escaped from a penal colony. G is yawning bored. Every time Ray Liotta's mentioned, there's like little synaptic avenues that once things are mentioned, I have to say. If
Yeah.
someone said, Matt knows this, right, innit? Like if someone says
Yeah.
Ray Liotta, I have to go, oh, Ray Liotta? Well, in the film No Escape from the Penal Colony, Ray Liotta actually escaped from a penal colony, so that just goes to show you.
Yeah, I've heard that a million times.
know.
And the Terminator 2.
Yep. But it's good, actually, because they're good, because you have them in your mind and they're helpful.
Yeah.
Little support systems when you feel lonely or afraid.
Yes, dear. Should we let's do a record?
Yeah, this is a record! Yeah, alright, this is actually a radio show. T-Rex! This is a T-Rex. Let's glam things up a bit. I'm going to get my boobs out for this record. There you go, look at those. Oh, you filthy pig. Righto! Right, okay, yes, no one panic. That was T-Rex calling all destroyers. But they listen. I mean, they've already proven they've got a terrible attitude to life. And listen to Russell. Turn your phone off, Trev! What is it, Cooper? Yeah, Cooper now, that is. That's good. Right, what, Matt? What's the matter? Oh, yeah, move my phone because it's all messages on it and right, and I live a mad life. Right, competition winners are here from last week who won the Sonic Enigma. Let's create atmosphere for them, yeah! Woo! Alright, yes, oh, life, good old life. Right, Lucy and Sarah, you're here. Lucy, you're the person that actually won the competition. What did you get right? It was a Sonic Enigma. What did we do?
It was the New York Dolls Personality Crisis. I'm going to get it right this week.
You got it wrong, didn't you? Yeah, I remember that.
I was nervous.
Oh,
My sisters are called Lucy and Sarah.
My sisters are called Lucy and Sarah. That's why I've not forgotten everyone's name for once in my life. Rude little man. Right, so we're doing that. We're going to do the Sonic Enigma. Thing is, Granville.
Yes, we are.
Like a rainbow. Look, we're not thought of the Sonic Enigma yet, have we?
Well,
so
it's not hard.
Well, just think of a song that we can do.
Think of a song that we can
Hold on,
act
but
out.
if we think about it on air, then people will know the answer. So
Yes.
that will compromise it.
So let's shut up now.
All right, we'll just do a few. We'll just have a bit more of a chat about life and that, and then we'll just carry on. You know, just try our best. Hello, Russ and Matt. Says Rachel Tutty. When we moved house a few months ago, one of the removal men was the drummer on the track "Looking Through Gary Gilmore's Eyes," which we just played. Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there you are. Hello, John Paul. Right, this is from Adam Haycroft goes debunking old philosophy and the Edinburgh Festival. Hello, Russell and Matt. Great show. You'll be on Radio 1 in no time. We don't know if we want to go on Radio 1, do we?
Don't know.
Might do. Don't know. Like it here, don't we? Six Music. Happy here.
Nice.
Nice to be on Six Music. Exciting. Good. Hold on. Radio 1. We might get more money. Delicious money. Money, you say? We don't care about money, though, do we?
It's better here.
We like it here because it's better vibe.
Better music here.
Better music, better vibe, more freedom. Radio 1, maybe we wouldn't like it. No, we're not going Radio 1, we've had a chat. With regards to wacky philosophy, says Adam Aycroft, John Paul Sartre believed however much a man drank, he could not escape the fact that he was essentially free and could not avoid the responsibility that brings with it. Do you think this is true? The theory of the drugbrella obviously disagrees with this, but is the drugbrella what Sartre called bad faith? Well, that's essentially two questions. We'll have to deal with them one by one. Now, is man can never be free? Could not escape, is essentially free. Hold on a second.
Didn't Jean-Paul Sartre have amazingly bad breath, apparently?
Yeah, that's the main thing about Sartre that we want to focus on, is his halitosis. You think John Paul Sartre, you think halitosis, don't think existentialism.
No, but I think who's going to listen to a man who can't even keep his mouth in order?
That's probably how his theories got so far. I think very much that there is no such thing as existence. Yeah, alright, fine. Nothing has any meaning, Jean Paul. For Christ's sake, can't wash your gob out. Yeah, he just pushed it through on a tidal wave of halitosis. Hold on, I'm just trying to work out what this person's saying. Believed however much a man could drink, he could not escape the fact that he was essentially free. We're not essentially free, I don't think.
There was abandonment theory, wasn't it? Jean-Paul Sartre said that we feel abandoned. God doesn't exist, and that we feel abandoned
by the idea,
and we can't handle the idea that we are free.
I can handle it. I think it's good. I like being free, if anything. Exciting.
Wow.
Mind you, hold on, I've been creating constructs like personality and that within which to imprison myself. Oh, John Paul, you've got a point, but by God, do you stink. Maybe I'd find it a bit easier to listen to you if you didn't breathe garlic down my neck every time we spoke, and stop touching yourself. There is no suggestion that John Paul Sartre masturbated in public. I'd like to make that clear. So,
he can't sue us, he's dead.
Yeah, that's true, you can't do anything about it, John Paul. So who's cleverer now, mate? Who's won this chat on existentialism about the pre-existing and the preordained now, mate? Us, that's who, because we're still alive. But one day we'll be dead, Matt. Oh no. What then? What then? Probably be alright being dead. Lucy, competition winner, you're here with your friend Sarah. You've come here together from Coventry.
That's right.
Well, what would you like to tell us about life and that, and debunking the theories of Freud, attacking Sartre? Have you got any theories you want to debunk or attack, or anything you want to say on populist theology or philosophy?
Well, didn't Freud do a big thing on dreams?
Yeah, he did.
I kept a dream diary for a year, and you don't want to see it.
I do want to hear about it.
I dreamt about talking dogs and things like that. So
What?
I dreamt about talking dogs.
You dreamt about talking dogs?
Yeah, I dreamt about a dog getting married with a.
Called Wolf that done that. What? Hold on,
I dreamt about a dog that got married.
Who too?
Another
Not
dog
you.
in my friend's back garden was wearing top hat and tails.
I like it.
And spoke in a
I've
Northern
seen
Ireland
that.
accent, and the accent was the voice of my local butcher. And he said, "Hello, darling."
He spoke like your local butcher. That dog would have liked that, wouldn't he? Because then he could use
Get
that
free
to trick
sausages.
the butcher. Yeah, he could.
Phone up and make orders.
Hello, it's the butcher here. Just leave the sausages out the back tonight. Okay, if that's what you want, boss, isn't that a bit dangerous? No, just do my bidding. Also, those cats must be destroyed. Yeah, brilliant. brilliant. Well, okay, so your mind's a bit odd for thinking those things. Also, but that is as
But
been on telly.
You know that thing about you can buy those books that go, interpret your dreams. It's
Yeah.
just such a lie. Because if it says, if you go, oh, I dreamt of nails, they go, oh, that means, you know,
nails.
this means... But if you're, you know, everyone's got a personal understanding of what nails
Yeah.
mean to them.
Hold on, but this is what about Jungian's theory of a universal unconscious? Jungian theory of a universal unconscious is like that, you know, that we have access to some sort of ubiquitous unconscious state, and so things could have. And anyway, the idea of symbology itself, like that stuff we were saying about nursery rhymes and folk tales and that, suggests there are things that have symbolic meaning that are the same to all of us, that are not subjective. Objective meaning, is there such a thing as objective meaning? Or
Have
is
you read that book
perspective?
Trevor recommended, the
What, the holographic
holographic
universe?
principle, whatever it is, holographic universe?
I ain't
yeah.
read it, is it good?
It's interesting because, yeah, was it Jung there who had like a mental patient, a couple of like really like far gone sort of
Nutters,
cases,
proper
yeah,
nutters,
and
yeah.
they saw things. They said they described their visions, and they were ancient Peruvian texts, almost to the word.
They visualised ancient Peruvian
No,
texts.
they saw things. They saw. Didn't want to say it, but the
Don't
sun
mention Peruvian texts,
having a
Trevor's
penis. And the penis was where the wind came from, right? And he met this patient, and he was standing at the window. And he said, "What are you looking at?" And he said, "I'm looking at the sun's penis, and the wind is coming from there." And he thought he was insane.
Think
when he
we'll up
wasn't
your
insane.
lithium today.
Yeah, exactly. And then he read these ancient Peruvian texts, and they said you can get into a dream state where you see this and you see this, and how to.
What, shamanistic dream states?
Visions.
Like all them, like in South America, they've got all them things, that them mad etchings on the
Yeah.
ground of great big eagles and that can only
Nazca
be
planes.
appreciated from above.
Yeah, so that's what.
Well,
so
it seems you've been in a shamanistic trance, dear. Either that, or you've watched too much of the kids' TV series Woof, in which a dog thing did get married.
Yeah. There was an ancient Peruvian text about a dog in a bride and groom outfit.
And he tricked a butcher, apparently, and that's representative of the idea of faith. Apparently, what other dreams did you have, Lucy?
I dreamt my mum was on heroin and she had a broken arm, and I said, heroin isn't the way, Mum, and she was saying it is, and then she had paper clips in her hair and was on her knees.
I'm scared.
But the thing is...
I'll never with you here, Lucy. Lucy, we don't want you to be in here no more, because you dream things, but your dreams tally up in an eerie way with the dreams of Charles Manson.
But the thing with dreams is that they can seem really odd, but they're very literal, dreams are. So they've actually got
What, they're very literal?
Yeah.
Your butcher dog is literal?
it just means very simple things. It's just
Go on,
very...
what does that mean,
It shows
then?
it visually,
What
literally.
what does that mean?
I'm not going to go into that one, but...
Why not?
Oh,
Did
God.
you have it off with a dog? Is that what then? Did you marry a dog? It just doesn't make sense,
It might have
Lucy.
meant I wanted my dog to get married, I don't know.
Why would you want your dog to get married? Is
Well,
your
you can, you
dog
can-
promiscuous?
Maybe...
I'm not letting a dog get married. It's stupid. I know, Cooper. I know we're on risky ground, but just let me handle this, will you? I'll put your turbo boosters on in a minute. Yeah, okay, well, I think you've raised some interesting points, Lucy,
So there could
but
be
you
a
need to get
universal
help.
consciousness that we all access.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's things in there like dogs dressed
Getting
up
married.
for weddings.
What else would you use a universal consciousness for, if not, like, dogs getting married and that, and other Athena poster-inspired dreams? I also had this dream where there was a little kitten in a boot, and a man cradling a baby. Bloody hell, it's eerie stuff. Russ, I was at the Edinburgh TV, this is still Adam from Middlesbrough, I was at the Edinburgh TV Awards Festival where you compared for them telly-executives, right?
You should know how to say it,
As
since
I
you
am
were
one.
one.
I compared it. This is much better than the gig I did yesterday. And we're all very pleased with the risk you took to tell off people about the patronising short film they made. Yeah, that's funny, because they've made this short film back where they've gone up to, done vox pops with people in the street. Do you remember, Matt?
It's racist, wasn't it?
Yeah, they goes on. They'd like gone up to like loads of people from different ethnic minorities and gone and like got them to use lots of TV jargon, right? Like
The essential joke was, look at these people, how stupid they are.
Look at these people using TV jargon, and yet they're differently coloured from most of the people in the upper hierarchical positions in television. It was racist.
They were unhappy with us, weren't they?
I think they were unhappy because we pointed out some of the things they'd done that were morally abhorrent. Anyway, I've been meaning to send this message to support for ages, but I'm unfortunately very lazy. Well, you're not going to get very far. Look, he says he's a nominee for TV's Young Rising Stars or something. Adam from Middlesbrough. Good luck with the show, guys. It's brilliant. Thanks very much, mate. Cheers for that message of belated support. We could have done it at the time when we were being sacked for being subversive. Dear Russell and Matt, love George. Nice. Oh no, I missed the bit out. Have you ever done a joke?
It was an order. George is going to come in, he's a hoover.
He's a toaster. It's going to be risky, but you can both do it at the same time. Oh, Saucy. Those were the days. Have you ever done a joke, practical or impractical, that's gone too far and the recipient hasn't talked to you for a while? Says George. Not really. Sometimes when Trev is on the show, we sometimes victimise him to the point where he has a mental breakdown and is unaware of what his personality actually is, because Trevor's really a really incredibly intelligent, decent human being
We're not
who
really.
we just treat like an idiot.
Have you ever done a practical joke on me?
Nah,
We're not really like that, are we?
It's too much effort, it's too much silly, innit? Although we are going to start doing some, but there'll be impractical jokes.
I used to hide and then to scare my sister and then get more scared myself, waiting there with the anticipation, and then when I jumped out and went, "Ruh," it would scare me.
You moron. You got yourself all worked up and frightened.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dark here in the airing cupboard. Hold on, the vacuum cleaner's here. This needn't be all bad. Give it a cuddle. Beep, beep. No, Cooper, stay out of this. Okay. Greetings, Russell Matthew and absent Cocky Locky. Oh, blimey. My sister is 4 years elder, though not mentally, and she used to dress me up like a living doll. On one occasion, I was about 4, and she dressed... But on one occasion when I was 4, she dressed me up as Super Gran. Only 4.
Super Gran had no super look. She was just a granny, wasn't she?
She was just...
Super Gran.
In terms of her appearance, she was just an old lady.
And she went like that.
What
Which
she
is
do?
bad radio.
I hate it. Yeah, she did that gesture by her ear holes. I didn't like Supergram. For me, that was a signal that Sunday night was getting worse. Because on Sunday night, I think you're going to school the next day, that idiot Supergram comes on.
Who are you?
Billy Connolly turned up in it. Didn't
Did he?
Yes, he did. Billy Connolly was in Supergram, wasn't he, Lucy?
I'm number 1 fan, I know.
So, tell us, confirm, was Billy Connolly in Supergram?
I think so.
You don't think that? You're just
Yes,
saying that because
Russell.
I'm being all domineering and bullying. I don't,
He's probably
don't
just a
humour me.
Scottish man with a beard. Everyone in Supergram was Scottish. You were a little kid and you just thought, that's Billy Connolly.
I think it was. Can you send us a text, please? 64046 was. Can't use the world as our Wikipedia.
I just can't wait to hear if he was or wasn't.
I know, we're on a knife edge here at Six Music, wondering whether or not... Oh, yeah, and Julie, the lady in the show after us ain't called Julie Kavanagh, she's called Julie Cullen. Julie Cullen. And
So
that's
why did you lie? And what are you doing with your top?
just eroticising the moment by fiddling with my nice little nipple.
Ugh, it's disgusting.
Don't say that, I've got a nice little nipple. Ain't I, Lucy and Sarah? Don't nod, it's radio, you maniac. Now people will think that you just didn't say anything
She wasn't
when
nodding.
I asked
She was
that
trying
question.
not to vomit.
Don't try and restrain vomit, Lucy. That sends out a very negative message. Just let it come out. So anyway, this girl, John... Oh, no, he's a boy! John in Morpeth.
You are insane. So anyway, this girl, John. Oh no, he's a boy! You're an idiot.
Look, I'm just saying, John Rowley got dressed up as Supergran when he was
Funny.
brought up by his vicious cow of a sister. When I was
They
about...
just basically dressed him as an old lady.
Yeah, actually, because what Supergran didn't have any insignia or signifiers
No.
that were specific to her, except that visual gesture that she'd done, and it'd be very hard to force
Bit
John
lazy,
to do
isn't it,
that.
really?
Well, perhaps I imagine what it was, Matt, is there were just old lady clothes about the house. Perhaps there'd been a death in the family. She goes, right, let's turn this bad time into a good time. Let's turn that frown upside down. Admittedly, Nan's dead. But John is going to be playing the part of Supergran with renewed vigour now that he's got these stinking old death tights on. Oh! Yeah, but hold on, that might not have been what happened, so... It's
Well,
probably
let's hope
funny.
it wasn't,
Let's
because
hope
otherwise
it-
there's John's
Well, I
crying
ain't done
now.
nothing. I never dressed up someone in a dead woman's clothes. I'm not the pervert. So, dressed me up as Supergran. I then rode round our house on a tricycle till I fell off, at which point my photograph was taken. It haunts me to this day. I'd like to see that picture.
I rode around till I fell off, at which point my photograph was taken. It's an odd structure of that.
Sounds like an installation. There's
Yeah.
some really space. Right, okay, right, dress up as Supergran. Right, now fall off! It's an insane way to live your life. mate.
Brilliant.
John in Morpeth, mate, that's a really interesting thing that happened to you, and I'd like to know more things. Tell us more of things that happened to you. See if that's a one-off, because I reckon that person is a mine of things like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, for that to happen, that's free. Like, he got dressed up as Supergran. Also, we need to know if it was as a result of a death. Anyway, there's that. So, here. According to Wikipedia, says Catherine Foster, a sidekick is a stock character, a close companion who assists a partner in a superior position. Ah, that's why you don't want to be one, because it means I'm in a superior position. Only in the eyes of the tabloid newspaper. The reality is, I do a job that's a bit louder. So perhaps a bit like Trevor's sidekick, a good example would be Trevor's hired fuck, Jason Weathercoats.
Yeah.
Can I come and watch your show now? Jason Weathercoats, who of course assisted Trevor.
Turn
in
your
murder.
phone off.
Obviously, what's happening is Cooper thinks that it's risky of us to talk about Weathercoats in this fashion. So, yeah. That's a good example of a sidekick. Thank you very much.
If I ever hear that piece of Bach music in the world,
Yeah.
it's going to make me shudder.
Really? What if you went to a concert at Barbican?
Yeah,
And,
and suddenly
an
it was
evening of
Russell's
Bach.
ringtone I heard. Nervously.
Well, the next thing you hear, where's my taxi? What's going on? Oh, for Christ's sake, these jeans aren't tight enough. Oh, Christ! I used to be a drug addict. Look after me. I fancy her. I'm going to be sick. Get me some wheat-free food. What?
Yeah, copying me with the wheat-free thing.
I've stopped eating wheat as well. Why not? Must be he's doing it. I'm not having him lording it up. Matt Morgan going around going, I don't eat wheat.
Yeah,
like
but
he's some
the
sort
way
of
he does it
dietary
is
god.
he buys a sandwich and then in front of me goes, "Oh, I'm not eating this sandwich. It's got wheat in it."
Yeah,
What'd
okay,
you do? Why'd
geez,
you buy it then?
I forgot that I lived a wheat-free diet.
You just wanted to make a show of it. Copy me.
What do you think about all the fuzz being made over skinny models in the press over the past week? Fuzz, not fuss. Neil from Brondesbury Park in London. I don't mind about it.
What's this size 0, size 0
that's
models?
Size 0. That's a new size. They can't reverse time. You can't go, people are just different sizes. I don't know. I don't mind about people making a fuzz or fuss.
We have no strong feelings about that.
No strong feelings. This is from Luke Gray. Is that your mate, Luke Gray? Is that Luke, friend of the show, Luke? Luke
it might
Gray.
be, actually,
All right,
yeah.
Luke. Hello. He says, yellow, lads. He says a Y instead of an H. Right, I likes this girl. It's good that he says likes. Look, it's our way we talk. Right, I likes this girl from Scotland called Lovely Adrienne. However, I live in bloody Oxfordshire. We've been speaking over the phone, etc. Is there any point in trying to further the relationship which we have now? Matt, Russ, your thoughts? Toodle, ooh. Well, Luke, no. The relationship is doomed. You must go out with, I suggest, perhaps a rubber glove and perhaps a scrubbing brush. Any household appliance around the house. Now, persevere with it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Matt?
It's not that far, is it? It's
What,
still
Oxfordshire?
in the same
Scotland?
country.
Same country. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Go on, Matt. Go on about going to Australia. I went to Australia. I fell off a boat. I came home again. That's
Makes
Matt.
light of my life like that. I'm over all that now.
Good lad. Right, let's go to track, for God's sake, and then
How
do
long have we
Sonic
been...
Enigma.
You, going through those pieces of paper.
Got to. People send things, we've got to get through them. Morning, boys. If you had to top yourself using a wood chipper, would you go head first or feet first? Down in Hornchurch.
Head first.
Head first, because
Of course,
otherwise...
what if you went and stopped at your
Oh, and
knees?
it's just chewing its way through your shins and
You
your
had to
knees.
phone someone.
No,
Hello. Yes, sorry, can you hear me over the chipper?
That's just chewing its way through my thigh bone.
Here we go. Yep, jump up and down.
Head first, definitely, because then there'd just be a bit where you could hear your hair being cut, then you'd feel your scalp, then it would go through your skull, chop into your brain.
Where would you spray it?
I'd spray it up onto a canvas and then sell it as art called Feeling Chipper. Nice. Woohoo! Yeah, about that. So, yeah, that's down in Hornchurch. Who would you most like to be trapped in a lift with? A lift repairman. That's from Sarah in London. So, come, Matt, what record are we going to listen to?
Yes.
We're listening to yeah, Max, we like this, don't we? Right, and then come, we've got to use this time, I think, for Sonic Enigma. Stop mucking
Okay,
around. We've
so
got
in this
everyone,
song.
let's grow up a bit, yeah? We've had a laugh. That there with the yeahs. That song's called Maps, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Good name to have a song called. Right, so yes, good name called a song Maps. Right, here we go. Got load of letters and that. Right, let's do the Sonic Enigma.
Yeah, okay.
Right, the winners of last week's Sonic Enigma are here, Lucy and her friend Sarah. Also with us are Lindsay and Sam. Lindsay and Sam. Lindsay's come down here from North Wales to see us, Matt. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice to come here from North Wales. Sam's only come from Greenwich. That is less worth it. Why couldn't you have begun your journey somewhere else? Could you have travelled a little further away to Weybridge or something? So, Matthew.
Right.
This is Trevor Locke's Sonic Enigma. This is the kind of jingle that there would be if Trevor were here. It's a Sonic Enigma, it's a Sonic Enigma. Something like that, wouldn't it?
Yep.
It's the sort of thing you would do. Right, that's established that this item has begun.
Right, now I'll start, shall I? So then you'll
Right, yeah.
know what I'm doing.
Alright.
Oh, hello, come in.
Oh, hold on, I'll knock on the door then.
Oh, God.
Right, this is the sound of the door being knocked on. Ow, Christ, let me in!
It's a policeman's knock.
It was a policeman's knock.
Do it nicely.
We're coming in anyway! Yes, hello.
What, have
I've
you heard?
knocked on the door, you've got
Sorry,
to come in all that, haven't you?
You suddenly went off on one, it sounded like the bill.
Come on, Matt, you
Come on.
petty crook.
come in.
Oh, hello. I'm here about the position.
Oh, hello. Have you got your CV there?
Oh, yes, I've got my CV. I think you'll see I'm very good. I can chase after sticks very well. I can wee and drag my bum along a carpet in a good way.
I think you've given this away by being far too simple. I was going to go in a much harder than
Go
that.
on, then how are you going to do
I
it?
was just going to go, well, I'll require you to wear this, and you'll have
I
to
could
eat
wear that.
this.
Well, that's really non-specific.
No, because then that's not.
It could be anything.
And then you come off the back of it, like I go, you're going to have to wear this, and you say,
Oh, that's going to be tight around my neck.
Exactly.
Oh, right, well,
That is acting.
Now that's...
You
now
can
that's
come in
a
and go,
Sonic Enigma.
it rhymes with this.
Come on, mate.
Right, start again.
People, all right.
You don't have to do that.
No, that's the beginning. It adds atmosphere.
Come in.
Oh, hello. I've come about the position. I've got my
brilliant.
CV.
Brilliant.
It says things on it that are quite obscure and don't give away the nature of the song that we're purporting to.
I'm very happy to hear that. Now,
Yes?
you'll be required to wear this.
That's going to be tight around my neck, ain't it?
You'll get used to it, and you'll also have to eat this from this bowl on the floor.
Blimey, from a bowl of... That's worse than my one.
Well, I thought we'd done it now, haven't we?
Fair enough. Okay, when can I start? So anyway, if you can't work out what that is-
in New York, by the way, and it's the 70s.
Hey, we're in New York, it's the 70s, I'm really, really thin. If you can't work this out, then just go and just walk under a car. You're not gonna...
To be a very small person.
Yeah, that's true. Limbo dance under it. I don't know what you're up to. Just have fun with it. Anyway, text us your answer, your correct answer to that. If anyone gets it wrong, we should give people that get it wrong the prize. No, some people will
Don't
get it
do
wrong.
that, then people will get it wrong on purpose.
On purpose. Just do it normal. You just do it normal. It's the Sonic Enigma. Do it how Trevor would have wanted.
It's the Sonic Enigma.
Come on! If we can't have that, don't you dare ruin another Sonic Enigma.
And we're not ever going to act that again.
We are, mate.
It was painful.
It was good. 64046, send us your correct answers or your wrong answers. It's up to you. Do what you like. When you were a child, what did you want to be when you were older, and have you achieved any of those dreams? Matthew, have you achieved any of your dreams? Was it always a bit of a dream to work with me?
I don't recall that, no.
It would have been a nice dream. Did you ever fulfil any of your dreams? Have you yet married a dog, Lucy?
Not yet, but you never know what the future holds.
Could easily happen. Hello, boys! Say Helen and Kira. We went to a party on Friday where the dress code was supposed to be decadent, so in the spirit of things we went as wenches. We thought we looked amazing. Oh, hang on, you were there. How do we get in the studio next week? We'll wear our wenches' outfits, Helen and Kira.
Yeah, I want to say
party
thank
that
you.
you threw, isn't it,
I
Matt?
threw a party
Matt
and I
threw a
said,
party.
fancy dress gets you in free, dress
And then what
code
did you wear? A
decadent.
t-shirt and some jeans?
Yes.
You were out of order.
No,
to
I
do
was
that.
DJing. Imagine me
You should've-
DJing dressed up as...
Robin Hood.
What's decadent about that?
He had it off with Maid Marian and he nicked things. That's well decadent.
Decadent.
All right. Oh no, he took
I've
from
dre-
the
I
rich,
think
gave
I-
to the poor. It's actually quite. What is it really? It's stoic. Really, if anything, he was not decadent man.
No, he wasn't.
Did he even exist, old Robin Hood? All right, not
He
Robin
did
Hood.
exist, yes.
Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula is perfect. Jack the Ripper. Well, he's not really...
Was he decadent? Is it decadent to murder a prostitute?
Well, just like wearing silk and stuff. Anyway, I didn't dress up. It was a good party.
Did
Wasn't
you
it?
enjoy it? Oh, well, some of the people here came to the party. Yeah, Sam and Lindsay came to the party. Oh, look, oh, Christ, they're moving towards the microphone. Oh, blimey. Lindsay, did you enjoy the party?
Yeah, it's brilliant, yeah.
Come on, let's hear your accent and say a sentence.
I live in Wales, but I haven't really got a Welsh accent.
Why not?
Because I'm right on the border of England.
You're on the border of England, so you should stick to what you know, love. If you're Welsh, bloody well talk Welsh. Good accent, I like Welsh accents too, Matt.
I've heard you do.
That ain't true. Or it's rhubarb. It says in one of the newspapers that I've done something. I've not done something. I'm a good lad. I'm getting married anyway. I am, probably. There's bound to be someone. Patricia Bain goes, Russell, who takes care of your friend Morrissey when you're out womanising? Well, he's a cat, and he just does what he likes.
He's a nervous wreck, mate.
He's not. Don't say that. He's very happy, that cat. Sleeps on my tummy. He loves it. And also, he does that thing where they try and milk you because they got like when they're little, they pad their claws on their mum's cat boobs to get milk out, and then they keep that behaviour throughout life whenever they feel like comfortable. They
Really?
pour away. Yeah, they do this thing where they pad their claws. That's they're trying to get you to lactate, but they're not consciously trying to get you to lactate. Although I often do. They're just doing it because it's what they do. You know, it's the part of their cat behaviour.
I'm
Anyway,
allergic to cats, so
I know. It's
I'll
always
never
a
know that.
negativity between Matt and
When
my
I go
cat.
around Russell's house, I get itchy eyes, I feel sick.
Not just because of the cat allergy. I also
See that.
do touch him in a very inappropriate way. sometimes with a hoover. I can't bear to think of him whimpering for whiskers. Other brands are available. They've put that themselves, whilst you are otherwise engaged. By the way, have you had him neutered, or does he impregnate any willing and able feline floozies in North London? I reckon he has his bits intact, says Trish in Surrey. Yeah, I haven't had him neutered yet. I'm supposed to, because he sprays this musk out of the back of him when he's turned on, or if he's irritated, and he's always one of them.
Is that why your house smells of urine?
My house smells nice. The reason it smells of urine, Matthew, is because I can't go outside without paparazzi photographing me, so I've taken up a sort of Howard Hughes recluse style lifestyle and wee in mayonnaise jars now.
Why were you saying that you wanted to set up a pipe system so you could wee from your bed? Maybe that's why it smells of urine.
I haven't
The
done
prototype.
that system. I've done that. I've made out of McDonald's straws. I keep going about McDonald's. Look, mate, my house don't smell of wee, and I set up that prototype system years ago when I was under the drug brother. I was a junkie, can't do me for it. Yellow you, says Luke again. I might as well guess the Sonic Enigma now, as I'd have the same chance after you performed it. Is it I Want to Break Free by Queen, from Luke?
That is uncanny.
It was not that, actually, but well done. It would be quite a good one to do. Why didn't we think of that? Let's do that one. People already know the answer anyway. Also, he keeps going on about this Adrienne girl, who presumably is listening. Look, Adrienne, Luke is to be avoided. He is a dangerous psychopath. That's what I'll say about Luke. No, go out of him. Go out of him. Be in love. Why not? Who cares? Gaz from Coventry says, hello, Russ. It's good to listen to your show live. I usually work on Sundays and download the podcast. Download it either off of BBC website or off iTunes. We ain't bothered because we like going up that iTunes chart, but Ricky Gervais is doing stuff again now, so we'll never get to number one. But unless there was a surge of interest. However, I've got the weekend off work before I go to uni. What I'd like to know is, have you or Matt ever had to endure the terrible ordeal of catching your dinkle in your zipper? Yeah, quite a few times. It really hurts. And then you have to undo it. That's the best getting it out, isn't it? Because you know it's going to hurt. You've got to get it, but you've got to go through it. Like when you have to, in a film, when they have to pull an arrow out of themselves. It's the same thing.
Just like that.
It is like that. You have to, I've got to get the goddamn arrow out. Oh, they wouldn't be American. then because, oh no, maybe they were shot by a Native American. Anyway. Should we do a record? Let's do a record. Because, yeah, we've done loads of these inquiries. And it's
Do a record.
Do a record.
Play a record.
It's up to you, mate. I don't mind. It's cool with me. We're going to listen to Motorhead.
We can do.
Oh, there's... Yeah, all right. Let's listen. God, you know how to work them buttons. That's really good.
Pretty good, isn't it, now?
Did you do that yourself?
Yep.
Well done, Matt Morgan. You really can work that desk. Listen to the Russell Brand Show on 6 Music. Me with Matt Morgan. Done the Sonic Enigma. Send us your answers. 64046. His cultural reviews coming up later. We'll try and ring Noel Gallagher. We'll try and do that. G will do a poem later. We'll be talking more to people. Right, okay, let's create chaos. Let's put music on. Right, whoa. We've had to come out of Motorhead early because we were meant to go to the news then. The reason we couldn't go to the news is because Adam, our producer, didn't tell us to. Oh, because you broke the clock.
You broke the clock.
When I was doing the sketch, right, where I was knocking on that door, doing at the beginning of that brilliant thing to the Sonic Enigma, I was knocking on the door. Remember the job interview?
Well, don't make it worse.
I was doing
God, it's open now.
I was doing that.
What's happened?
I'm doing it, Adam. Stop panicking about losing your job. It's inevitable anyway. I was doing that knocking on a clock, right? And now the clock stopped. Stop.
We didn't know it was time for the news. We were playing Motorhead.
We were playing Motorhead.
People panicked.
The clock's been broke by me knocking on it like that, so we should have gone to news there, because the news has to be done at specific times. I think we should just do the news at random times.
Well, I think we have to
12:47.
go to it now.
Right, shall we have some news?
Yeah.
Right, the main news, the clock has been broken in 6 Music, but there are other stories, including these sexy little numbers. Here's the news.
Russell?
Ooh! Pixies, UMass, good, wasn't it? What are you saying, Matt? You can see the influence on
Nirvana,
Teen
it
Spirit?
sounds like Teen Spirit at the end.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah, I suppose so. We've just done that Sonic Enigma, didn't we, on our 6 Music programme, what we're doing now. Russell Brand, Matt Morgan, here we are. Some wrong answers for that Sonic Enigma, right? So it obviously was
There is
brilliant.
some wrong answers.
Of course there is, right, let's look.
Not
Right,
just joke ones.
let's remind people of what the Sonic Enigma...
Oh, God,
Come
don't
on!
break the clock.
Broke already.
Come in.
Don't, Matthew, try harder. That was listless.
Can you sit down and stop hitting the clock? This is a job interview, and it's not going very well.
I've come about the position. Would you like to see my CV?
The position will be on all fours.
Oh, it sounds like an interesting job. I really think I could excel in such a role.
The position doesn't include talking at all.
Really? No talking?
Just sort of snuffling, grunting, and barking.
Well, at any point, will I have to drag my bottom along the carpet to wipe it?
Very much. We'll have to do that.
Do you know it's a job I really want to do? It's a job I'm interested in doing. So that's the clues. Anyway, so here are some wrong answers. Is that walking, living dog thing by Cliff Richard? What?
He's talking about that living doll.
That's brilliant. Simon in Hampshire goes, is it that walking, living dog thing by Cliff Richard? That's the song Living Doll by Cliff Richard.
He can't think of
I
that
got
as living
myself
dog.
crying, walking, sleeping, living dog. He could do. Living dog. It's only like because the ending bit is not clear. So if you remember, this person, Simon from Hampshire, he might be young. Yeah, that to him might have just been something he heard once vaguely. Is it that I really like how he's phrased it. Is it that walking, living dog thing by Cliff Richard? Like he's irritated. The contempt for that song is apparent in even this limited number of words. He's managed to convey that. That is not the right answer.
No.
Because that song's called Living Doll, mate. Although it's not, you've committed no great crime there, let me tell you. Matt Morgan, as I've said before, is a man that thinks that Sting's song, Englishman in New York, goes, I'm an alien, I'm a little alien, I'm an Englishman in New York.
I didn't ever think that.
He thinks that song is like a little alien, like a little green thing with a little antennae coming out his head, trying to cope with life in New York.
Why would he go, I'm an Englishman in New York?
That's why you think it. It's not the world that thinks it. Or why would he go, I'm an Englishman?
I think I did, yeah.
You did?
I knew he was just saying... I thought Sting was calling himself a little alien. Okay, I'm an alien, I'm a little alien.
I'm just a little alien. The world's
What is it then?
trying to
Legal alien?
Yeah,
I'm
illegal
a legal
alien.
alien.
Because of the phrase illegal alien. You know, so he's saying that, isn't he?
Get on with it.
Get on with it! Right. Alex in Winchester says, is the Sonic Enigma A Dog Wants a Job in New York by Oh Shut Up? Alex, are you being cheeky?
I think he is.
Alex, I think you might be a cheeky little monkey. Let's find out if there is a band called Oh Shut Up. And if there isn't, it turns out that Alex from Winchester's a cheeky little monkey. Then we'll have to track him down. Then it'll be the witchcraft that we've been...
Yeah, witchcraft.
Yeah, we've been doing some good witchcraft and it's been working out really well. Me and Matt have been worshipping the devil and learning all sorts of special powers as a result with this new person we've got in our lives who can access the dark arts. So anyway... Hey Russ, I'm going to London next Saturday. What's your top 3 bars in Soho? That's not an entry to the Sonic Enigma. Just go any of them, they're all rubbish.
As if you'd reply. You know, you're...
I'm a teetotal, I don't drink booze. Just go AA meetings in Soho, they're quite good. Are you doing stand-up in Wales? Yeah, I'm doing some in Cardiff, mate. Have a look at the website, russellbrand.tv. That's from Gary. It said that last bit, which was me. Is the Enigma Who Let the Dogs Out by the Baha Men? No, because we would do that like this. Oh, what are you doing? You've let all those dogs out.
Well, that's how you'd do it. Such a simple man. I'd say, oh look, they've bitten all this, they've done this. I'll take it one step away from that.
Okay, you won't remove it. Yeah, because it is after all Sonic Enigma, not Sonic Bleeding Obvious.
Yeah.
Is the Enigma Bark at the Moon by Ozzy Osbourne, says John. No, it ain't, because that we would do like this. Oh, it's all round and silver. Woof, woof, woof.
The moon?
The moon, I mean. But it's all round and silver. Yeah, John, you're wrong, mate. You're right.
We don't
wrong.
have to spoon feed our listeners. They're a very intelligent
They
bunch.
are intelligent. We're inundated with things about Jungian bloody unconscious theory, debunking Sartre, Freud, Marx. We've had Mao Zedong kick him in the nuts. We've had all sorts of stuff coming out. Is it Dog Eat Dog by Adam and the Ants or Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick by Enduri? You idiots.
That's because you said that you have to chase after a stick.
Yeah, but don't say hit me with it. That's from Martin Treasure. I'm only joking, Martin. That's a good entry, but unfortunately, it's madly wrong. Hold on. Gervais puts a stop to podcasts. Ricky Gervais is to stop making his comedy podcast, saying he wants to, this is a quote, knock it on the head for a while before everyone hates us. Interesting. That means that we'll be number one.
Oh.
Keep downloading our podcast. Don't give up now. Ricky Gervais is having a little holiday. This is an opportunity for us.
Yeah,
to
but it's not very good to
charts.
get to number one simply because the person who was number one quit.
I know, it is a little bit of a marred victory for us, yes.
Yeah.
But victory nonetheless, Matt, and that means we're getting that ice cream van, which we planned ages ago, assuming we'd get to number one, and have never required, because we've never achieved it.
What was the ice cream
We're
van?
going to get an ice cream van, park it in the middle of a roundabout for a party. And then just have the ice cream van, ding, 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 giving out all stuff to everyone.
I don't remember this meeting.
You weren't there that day. You was drunk. I had to hold it on my own. But Cooper says it was a brilliant idea. He said that or message failed. Either way, I took it to mean that it was an inspired plan. Right, we've got a right answer for the Sonic Enigma. Yeah, go on. Oh, she's on the line. Right, This person may or may not have won the Sonic Enigma. We do not know at this stage. It is all too mind-bending to even contemplate. Sarah, hello, dear. You there?
Hello, Russell.
You all right, love?
I'm good, thank you.
You got any before we go on to you winning the Sonic Enigma, because otherwise, well, we've got you on the line. Let's chat about life a bit. Now, how are you?
I'm very good.
Why? What are you doing? Where are you?
I'm doing my tax return at this very moment.
Awful. I hate to have to do that. Just throw it out the window and just claim to be mad.
It's a funny time of year to do that.
Why are you doing it? It's not even nearly April.
No, mine has to be in by the end of the month.
Oh, blimey, exciting. So, all right, where are you doing all these things?
Cheltenham.
In Cheltenham. Nice to be in Cheltenham. So,
Very
all
nice
right.
in Cheltenham.
What? Right, me and Matt will do the Sonic Enigma.
Oh, we're not doing it again.
All right, let's not. So, what do you think that the answer to the Sonic Enigma was?
It's I want to be your dog.
Yes, it is. That's the correct answer. Woo! Yeah, all right, Alistair. Yeah.
Pinch my skin.
Pinch my skin, Mr. Sue. Pinch my skin. So you've got the right answer. Do you want to come down from Cheltenham next week, hang out here?
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, that'd be nice.
You sounded a bit like you didn't want to. So when you come there will be a slight atmosphere. Lucy, you've enjoyed being here as a Sonic Enigma winner, haven't you?
I have been very well tapped in.
You haven't you? You've been treated like a princess. Right, so yeah, well, we look forward to meeting you next week, Sarah. Well done for getting the answer right. Did you think it was a really good Sonic Enigma that me and Matt
I
did?
thought it was fantastic.
Better than when Trev used to do it.
Who was
wasn't
best acting in it?
Sarah, say me. Say I was better acting. So don't say Matt, say Russell.
Not the blundering idiot who wanted the job.
Come on, Sarah. Who was best at the acting out of me and Matt? Matt was very disciplined. I was a bit more flair.
That's a bit
Let her
hard, I don't
speak.
know.
Oh, she doesn't want to commit. Just say we're both good and pat us on our
You're both
bums.
fantastic.
Pat our little bums. Right, okay. Sarah, thank you very much. Look forward to meeting you next week, sweetheart. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye,
see
Sarah.
you.
Bye, Sarah. Bye. I don't know where Noel Gallagher is. Let's try and ring him up, see if he's in. Matt, do a culture review then. Matt Morgan's cultural review, where Matt Morgan reviews some culture. Matt Morgan, he understands culture really, really well. He will diminish things like Cornwall to riding a horse. He'll say Scotland smells funny. Then he'll go to an orgy that he wanted to go to anyway and claim it as part of his job and mostly uses the cultural review just to date women anyway.
I did not want to go to that orgy anyway.
You did want to go to that orgy and you went to it and you're disgusting as a result. Now go on then, what's the cultural review this week, Matt? Morgan!
Well, shall I...
Oh,
talk
everyone,
about-
let's cheer Matt's cultural review so he feels good. Yeah! Cultural review! Good old culture! He's going to review it out his little face. Go on then.
So he feels good.
Yeah, I'm trying to make you feel better about yourself.
I feel fine,
Now
mate.
the confidence classes have stopped, you look a bit down in
They
the
weren't
dumps.
confidence classes, they were voice coaching.
I told him about voice coaching, so he'd go. They were confidence classes that were necessary.
Well,
the little shoegazing shuffle bottom.
How is that going to give me any more confidence being able to wiggle like a puppy and go like that?
Perhaps you could become a rent boy.
Yeah, so last night I was asked I don't know why I was asked actually, because of Friday, because of my party
Matt
that I
does
threw. It was
DJing
brilliant.
now. He's a DJ.
Yeah, can press all sorts of buttons.
He's brilliant at it. He's
Girls.
taking it out to his brother. Oh, hello.
And so a friend of mine asked me, "Oh, you do this thing? I'm doing this warehouse party in East London.
Yeah.
Right? Already alarm bells are ringing.
Ringing.
Should have been anyway. I thought, yeah, I'll do that. Do an hour.
Yeah.
Turn up to this place. It's a huge warehouse with about 10 different rooms and about 10 people.
Right, so
In-
one person per room.
Yeah, so I was DJing in this empty room with this nutcase bloke who was just before me.
He was a
using-
DJ as well.
Yes, he had been DJing. I was taking over from him. He was using vinyl, and there was a bit of snobbery there because I turned up with CD.
CDs, right, so already he's lording it over you.
They set up the place. The feng shui was terrible. There's one CD deck because it was about the mixing, proper decks, right?
Yeah.
And the CD decks were
Yeah.
either end of it.
Yeah.
They were about 20 foot apart.
20
So it was
foot
very
apart.
hard to look cool. It looked like I was
Scampering
playing
nervously.
cricket.
Like a little ninny running up and down. Oh, I got a sticky wicket.
Yeah, and when you were at one deck, you couldn't see the timing on the other deck, and it was just
Sounds
it was
horrible.
horrible. So I
There's
did.
only a few people in the room. It's a great big warehouse in East London.
Yeah.
There's no one there.
It's really, that world we used to hang around in that
Yeah,
bit,
when
like
I
sort
was
of arty,
in Brick Lane,
sort of
horrible.
posh fashion.
Yeah.
Nathan Barley type
Yeah,
people.
I was addicted to drugs. Oh.
Oh, it was horrible.
Oh.
Anyway, and
Drugs were alright,
at one
bad,
point there was
don't
this
say
stupid art installation in the other side of the room caught fire.
Oh, unless that was part of the installation.
No, it wasn't, because people
no,
came up to me and went, "That's on fire. You do realise that's on fire?" I was like, "Well, I'm playing records."
Well, you were supposed to be in charge of fire safety as well.
I don't know what
Shouldn't
I
let you
signed
do
up
that.
to. Anyway, but the bloke who had been previously DJing came back on. He was all drunk and possibly, I think, on drugs.
Right, well,
And he
what an
said,
accusation to
this-
make about an innocent man. But let's carry on.
I'm not going to name him, so...
Not going to name this man. Let's call him Ted.
Ted came over and said, "Oh, let me put this on, let me put this on." He's pushing me.
Pushing
Yeah,
you?
all right, mate, calm down. He goes,
Yeah.
"No, let me I'm playing a record." He goes, "Come on." And I said, "Well, look, I'll do 4 more, then you can go back on." No, I want to play one, then you play one. I was like, "Well, you're
Charlie chat. He's all Charlie
all,
up. He's been
all drugged
right.
up." There was already a bloke
Horrible.
who kept coming over and all on coke and like kept repeating
Horrible
himself.
drugs. Bad to take drugs.
Oh, and I was, just sort of had 2 drinks standing in this place I didn't really want to go to.
Beautiful
I
man.
know, obviously it was
This
awful.
world was never meant for one as beautiful as you.
So anyway, this bloke started slapping me and going, "Come on, mate, come on." And then I said, I'll tell you what, I'll go to the bar. I said, "I'll play 2 more records, then I'll go to the bar and get a drink." And he goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah, get me a drink, get me a drink." And then he started being really aggressive. And I said, "Listen, mate, I'm not a waiter. I'm not going to go and get you a drink."
Right, to just
Like
start
that.
trying to use glottal stops on him. Listen, mate, what?
Listen, sunshine,
What, I'll carve you right up.
you might use vinyl.
But I can use glottal stops. I've got an accent that'll carve you out of 50 paces, son. And if you want to get yourself all straight up, you want to back the F off.
So anyway, I nearly had a fight with him.
Yeah.
I said,
This is a good culture review, I must say.
"I know."
This is wonderful. Like, what are you going to do?
You
The
told me to
National
do it on
Gallery
this.
next week?
Anyway, so there was nearly a
Even
fight.
if you were at the National Gallery, you would end up going, so the security guard came up to me, right, and he was looking at me, so I go to him, I'm just trying to look, right, Van Gogh sunflowers. I goes, back off, mate, right, I'm trying to review them sunflowers, you mug.
Right, yeah, so anyway, that's how I speak, as you can hear. This bloke was insane, right? He
All
ended up, the owner came over and goes, "Oh, we're going to try and shut down all the massive, vast, empty rooms and try and get people into one room. So these decks have been turned off." And so he started kicking the decks. He was going to the bloke was on a crutch. He was going.
What, is he on a crutch as in he's recently hurt his ankle?
Yeah,
or a crutch
he-
as in I always have a crutch?
No, he had hurt his ankle. The bloke
Lame.
was calling him awful words. Yeah, he's
You said he's calling him a raspberry ripple.
calling him a
rhyming slang.
raspberry ripple rhyming
Cripple.
slang for cripple. He was going, "Oh, raspberry, right,
All right,
raspberry."
someone's broke their leg to call
So
him that, but
I was
otherwise bad.
I had an argument with him where he's been. I said, "Don't push me around. Don't do this. Don't do that."
Yeah.
Nearly had a fight. It was all
Right.
diffused.
But then you got
But then
better.
I felt a bit bad about that. And then he's nearly had a fight with about 9 other people.
You
Kicked
later
the
learned he's
decks.
a bit of a nutcase.
Psychopath.
Right, but what about that bit where someone come up who was Norwegian and goes, "Oh, I like
Yeah,
this."
yeah.
Go on.
So a woman came up to him and goes to him like he'd been playing like old rock and roll stuff. "I really liked that song you played. It was really great. I enjoyed your set." And he went immediately. He went, "I really like your voice. You sound so stupid." He was the most awful
Obnoxious,
man,
horrible
awful person. And I was just like stuck with these people. And then I thought, well, I'll go try and get home.
Yeah.
And then there was a fight outside where my friend who asked me to do it and his best mate had a fight,
Idiots.
which I had to try and mediate. But it was 2 little indie boys having a fight. It was quite easy. I felt
Ridiculous
quite
fight.
tough.
Just throw
And
a tic-tac at him.
one of them bit through his mate's thumb.
That's that prison
awful.
fight. That's awful.
Awful. It was like, it looked like...
You said to me you used Master Sue's
I used
Tai Chi
I did.
techniques.
Someone tried to push me. I pulled him past me.
Did you really? You
I
pulled him
honestly
past
did.
you?
Tai Chi's brilliant.
All right, fair
I felt
enough.
really
It's just
calm
Tai
and in
Chi.
control. It wasn't like a scary fight
So
situation.
yeah, what is it you've just reviewed? 10 warehouses in East
don't
London?
ever go to East London.
Don't go there. East London is wonderful.
No, it's good, but
East London. There you are. Some people like East London.
no, but it was just like don't go to those arty things, Brick Lane area, Shoreditch
Don't go to them.
people.
Well, you're just saying the whole
Hoxton.
culture, Hoxton.
Awful.
Don't go any of them.
Awful.
Don't go to Whitechapel Art Gallery. Don't go any of these things. Don't go and eat a curry down Brick Lane.
No, I don't mean that.
No.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know
Anyway,
what
so
you're
that was
saying.
the
Don't get
review.
involved in all that.
It was awful.
Well done, Matt. I mean, I feel we've really moved on. Now let's have a poem from G now to surmise the show. This will be difficult for you, mate, because it's been an amorphous show. It's been disparate and random. It's G, everyone. Create atmosphere for Yeah, all right.
This show seems to have no apparent theme. Neither has its poem. So who knows where it's going, like the river Styx ever flowing and ever growing throughout time as we attempt to answer questions that we find, expressed by the ever-guessing addressed to the ever-knowing mind. To hoover or not to hoover? That is the question. Whether 'tis noble in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous vacuum, wanting to attack you in the back room for all the rejected texts that have been sent back through. Luckily your magic phone Cooper has blocked all mechanical groupies hoping to attract you. This show still has no theme. Unless from the message boards you glean the battles of Barry the Beatmaster versus Deviant C. Questions on Freud's theories have at least been solved by Joe's chest of drawers. Hopefully Russell, Henry and Cooper have answered all of yours.
Best time yet! It's the best one ever! With no themes hanging to is, we've got our own poet laureate. Gee, that was bloody good poetry. There's we forgot to ring Noel Gallagher. Hope he's alright. We'll ring up another
Yeah,
day.
worried about him.
I'm worried about that guy. Hold on a minute, Lindsay, just to finish, you come over here, love. That tattoo, right, Lindsay's got a tattoo of like it looks like a newt or a monkey on her
It's
wrist.
a Monkey King.
Right, it's a Monkey King. Where did you get that Monkey King tattoo?
It's a little picture on an album cover.
What album?
James Blunt.
Why did you look at the James Blunt album cover?
You've got a James Blunt tattoo.
She's got a tattoo from a James Blunt album cover.
It's quite nice, actually.
It is a nice
Isn't
tattoo,
it? Yeah.
but now every time someone asks you, you've got to go. I got that off a James Blunt album cover.
Yeah.
Forever, for the rest of your life, you're going to have to mention James Blunt probably twice a
I
week.
could just say I like monkeys.
Well, that's less embarrassing, I suppose. It'd be less embarrassing to say I put monkeys in nappies and then have it off of them. That would, no, I'm only mucking about. That'd be a terrible thing to do. And James Blunt's probably a nice person.
He is. I've met him twice. He's really nice.
All right, fair enough. I like him. He's nice. Right, okay then. So what should we? Julie's coming up on Music Week with new presenter Imran. I met him earlier. They seem like bloody nice people. Well, Julie, I've known her for ages. She's lovely. I saw her kissing Paul Weller in the corridor. Not in a sexual way. Paul Weller was being friendly. Paul Weller listens to this show, and if you're listening now, Paul Weller, he'll appreciate that, won't he?
We like him.
Who wouldn't
He's
like him?
cool.
He is really cool.
He's a nice bloke.
Met some of his kids. They're lovely. Right, okay then. Nat is a nice lad. Now then, right. So what are we going to do? End the
We're
show.
going to play I Want to Be Your Dog by the Stooges,
Which was
the
brilliantly
answer.
acted by us. And so thanks to everyone. Thank you everyone that came down to our show. Thank you competition winners. Thank you Indian Sam, Lucy, Sarah. You're all bloody beautiful, magnificent. G. Well, you're not called Sarah. Well, I remembered everyone's name. He remembered them because they're his sisters. Adam, well done you, turning up here, reeking of ale. No, you don't. He does stink of booze a bit, doesn't he, Matt?
That's always.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Booze
nice
and
lad.
vomit.
Let's listen to Music Week. We're going to play out with the Stooges. G, nice poem. Trevor Locke. Right, off we go then. Yeah. Woo, woo, woo.